And now, it's time for Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk hookup. For the next 2 hours, join Pete Gray, Rock Cod Rick Maxa, Corey Sandin, and this week's special expert guest for fishing information, new techniques to catch more fish, and the most current scoop on what's happening in the water. Let's Talk Hookup is sponsored in part by Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup, and Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. Get ready for the fastest 2 hours on radio with the hosts of Let's Talk Hookup, Pete Gray, Rock Cod Rick Maxa, and Corey Sandin.
Good morning, anglers, and welcome to Let's Talk Hookup. I'm Pete Gray with Rock Cod Rick Maxa. We're in the world headquarters of Let's Talk Hookup here right next to the San Diego Landings in Point Loma, and we have a great show for you today. Ollie and Chris from BD Outdoors, local knowledge, of course, Blue Sea Stabilizers, FishDope.com. What the hell else?
I'll tell you whatever you need, buddy.
Anyway, we got all kinds of stuff going on today.
You need a new car?
Stay tuned. Southern California Sport Fishing Voice. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app, YouTube, Facebook Live, and 97.3 The Fan. Inside information is everything when it comes to catching fish in Southern California. You need a code group to connect with what's happening on the water. FishDope.com is your code group. Inside information available at your fingertips 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. FishDope.com really does help you catch more fish and burn less fuel. FishDope.com is the only fish finding service with a spotter plane, along with a crew of top anglers on the water almost every day that report actual locations and catches. They become your code group. You get daily catch reports from Point Conception to San Catine, 365 days a year. FishDope.com has online planning tools, temperature and chlorophyll charts, hot bite icons, and more. Take it from me, if you don't have FishDope.com, you're not part of the in-the-know crowd. Membership is affordable and good for an entire year. Plus, use the special code and save $30 on a new FishDope.com membership. Check it out today. FishDope.com. Catch more fish, burn less fuel. This President's Day, your San Diego County Ford dealers proudly salute you during the Ford President's Day Sell-a-thon. Right now, get limited time deals across Ford's award-winning lineup. The lineup features the versatile Ford Bronco Sport and the rugged Ford Bronco, built for every adventure, the capable Ford Explorer, and even the iconic Ford Mustang. It's your chance to save. Find the perfect Ford SUV designed with the power and utility you need now during the President's Day Sell-a-thon. Everything ends February 16th, so don't wait. Hurry into your local San Diego County Ford dealers today.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. What a fun show today is going to be, man. These two boys sitting next to us, fishing always. It's going to be a fun one, man.
Yeah. Ollie and Chris, good morning.
What's up, boys?
Good morning. Good morning.
Great to have you here on Let's Talk Hookup. And you guys just got back from La Paz.
We did, yeah. We got back on Thursday. We had a fun trip. Went down to run the Killer Bee and make sure everything was working, and most everything was working in a boat. But, yeah, great weather. We had really solid fishing we just did the reef stuff, yellows and snappers and groupers. And Chris growing up down there was a huge asset,
Sure,
so
that's right.
Yeah, he had a bunch of local spots, and I went and saw some stuff I hadn't seen before. It was cool.
Yeah.
You almost forget that fishing like that is available this time of year when you start to get into the, into the doldrums of 65-degree sunny weather. But, all joking aside, it's wintertime and Rockfish is closed, and there's some tune on the coast, but it's not the most accessible. Like, you forget that a super short flight, you leave right now, you're having a margarita in the afternoon, and you're pulling on super cool fish like you're doing so close to home.
Yeah, it's such a great reset this time of year.
Bet.
Like, I don't like the cold. I know you guys don't like the cold. Like, it's nice to go down there and get a sunburn in the dead of winter and catch a few fish, make sure everything still works, and get ready for the new season.
So what are some of the secret spots down there? Can you share any of them?
Well, they're secret.
It's just sights to see. Is that?
Yeah, just a lot of the deeper spots now. We've been fishing that for the yellowtail and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Using downriggers and just kind of switching up a
cool.
little bit, because we don't really get the surface bite there, like you do up farther up in the Gulf. So going a little bit deeper, just trying that out, and you get the Cabria and the Pargo and stuff down there too. So,
is this whale shark season down there?
It is. It's just kind of wrapping up right now.
Oh, it is.
There are
So
a few
were they
around.
there?
Mhm.
Yeah. Wow, that's got to be cool. I want to do that sometime.
One thing that always trips me out too, like the grade of yellowtail down there, like it just seems like small ones for some reason don't exist in Southern Baja. Like, you never see a La Jolla 10-pounder down there, like, ever. They're all big ones.
And they pull harder for
It's
some
crazy,
reason.
right?
Those
strong.
ones in the Sea of Cortez, they pull so freaking hard compared to like the Coronado Islands fish,
Yeah.
I don't know. Different animal.
And they know those rocks.
Oh yeah, especially like when you hook them when you're cabrilla fishing and they can see the bottom. There's no harder pulling fish.
Yeah.
I mean, if they can see that rock they want to get to, man, they are hard to stop.
Did you get any big cabrilla?
No big ones. That was the only thing that was kind of slow. What do we have? One. We just had one little one, I think, and we casted. We missed a bunch. They just were real lethargic. I think it was a little colder than they wanted. Like they don't miss much when they're fired up.
That's a good point.
We had a lot of short bites and rolls and stuff like that, but. No, one small one. We had some good like Parga Mulattos and what else did we catch?
We got kind of a mixed bag. We had some Baqueta. We had
Wachi, just a little bit of everything delicious. That was the good news.
Exactly. You're going on a good list of boat dinners.
Yeah, and there was a little island out there I didn't even know existed, and Chris took us over there, and we kind of pulled up, and the guys came out in the Ponga, and next thing we know, we had 40 giant chocolate clams in the big tank.
Man. Right on.
I've never even seen them this big. Yeah, that worked out freaking awesome. Except for we had a bunch left over at the end of the trip. That was painful to give away.
Oh, yeah.
They're so good.
They are so good. Yeah. Is there a season for chocolates now?
There is for the commercial guys. They had them in like pens, basically.
Oh, okay.
They're storing them. But,
that's even better. All clean and everything.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, no, they were really good. But talk about a treat. That's one of the best things you can eat down in Baja, man.
Oh,
There's
no question. Yeah. So the Killer Bee, it's a catamaran, aluminum catamaran. Does it have a Seakeeper on it?
It does.
It does.
Talk about putting a hat on a hat. Like I didn't think we needed it.
Now, I saw something about Seakeepers now making them for catamarans. Right?
Yeah, they were always kind of weird about it because, inherently cats don't roll a lot. And so they want 80% roll reduction, or was it 85? I think, and that's what. And in a cat, it's really hard to eke out that last bit of roll.
Sure.
So like this boat would normally take like a 6 if you were looking at the size and the weight of it, or might be borderline. We put a 9 in, so it's a really big unit, and it works. I mean, it does a really good job in that boat. I didn't even think we needed it, and the boss wanted it because he gets seasick. And now when it's not on or not working, I'm like, oh man, get that thing fired up.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about a Seakeeper is once you experience it, it's hard to go back.
There's no such thing as too much. And you know what I mean? It's like more Seakeeper, the better, as much as you can float. Once you get used to it, like you are or we are, it's like, man, you don't ever want to be on a boat that doesn't have one.
Yeah, for sure.
It just makes it a lot more fun.
Now, Chris, you guys have Blue Sea stabilizers
Correct.
For about a year now, right?
Going on year 2 here.
Year 2 already. Wow, time flies.
It does.
And so what's been going on over there?
Well, so to your point, the ride systems are coming out for catamarans. That's kind of the new thing that just launched. So that's a big deal. They have a lot of test boats done. It's working really well. So people are into that.
So you guys are doing both Seakeepers and Seakeeper rides.
Correct.
A lot.
Yeah.
What's the typical size boat that you're putting the ride system on?
A lot of the smaller, we'll call them smaller boats, but 20 to 40 foot. They have it up to 65 now. So
really?
So we're just doing a couple of big installs this spring.
Like on a yacht? I mean,
you do. As long as you have the cruise speed, you want to be over 18 miles an hour is kind of what they call it. So if you're cruising around, just over 18, 20, 22, obviously the faster you go, you're moving more water faster, and that helps out. But yeah, you can go up to, big sport fish.
Wow.
It's something that we hear at the shop. It's so affordable in terms of, stabilization for a boat that it opened up the door to so many more people. And everybody that's in my world that has a skiff that's, like you said, 20 to 40 feet, with most of them being, high 20s and low 30s. I haven't talked to a single person who's gone through Blue Seas and done the ride system that doesn't just say the same, that's a new boat. It's totally different. Like, it's the best money I ever spent ever. And putting in a full gyro isn't in every person's budget, but the ride, it just about is, and it changes the boat.
Well, and it controls its pitch and roll, right? So like the catamarans, the roll is not there, but you're controlling the pitch. So if you have a boat that rides short,
right,
a Parker, that's kind of
known for being a little poundy, exactly. It takes that away.
It takes that out. So it helps a lot.
How does it work?
It's moving really fast. I mean, you can't keep up with your fingers on a normal trim tab system. But it's doing like 1,000. It's doing like 1,000 readings a second, and it's doing 100 adjustments a second. And so it's not always throwing a full tab. It can just be micro adjustments, but it just doesn't let the boat get away from itself.
And so it just basically, no matter what the sea condition, it adjusts for that.
Correct.
And really quick. And I mean, the single biggest thing in my mind that it does, it keeps the bow down.
Yeah.
Like that's why boats pound, is
Right.
because the bow
bow
is
down.
slapping, and that's
Yeah.
what the Parkers are famous for. You're sitting way far forward, you're out on the end of the lever basically,
Right.
and it makes it pound. This doesn't allow it to pound. And when you ride it, like the first boat we did was a Parker, and we went through the bay and stuff, and it felt like it was going to go through the wave, like literally submarine through them, because
Right.
you're
Well, that's
so
that
used
was
to
my
that.
next question. Yeah.
And but it doesn't somehow. And like over the last year, we've gotten more and more familiar with them. On a Parker makes a massive difference, but like then we put one on my Contender 39. It's already a badass
You
riding
don't
boat.
need that.
Mm.
You don't. Oh my god, it's unbelievable.
But you needed it.
You do. I mean, I can
want
turn right into 3-foot swells, and I go right over the top of them. Like,
Wow.
don't even know that they're there. I mean, I'm not joking. Everybody's like, in love with Freeman's for their ride. I'll put that Contender right next to it all day, every day. It
Wow.
runs incredibly well.
You guys are in such a unique spot because you sell what might be some of the coolest tools to ever put on a boat, but they are also the hardest to describe.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
you have to be on a boat that has it before you can appreciate it. You can sit here and talk
Totally.
about it all you want,
Yep.
and you can even sit and talk about how it works all you want, but it isn't until you get on a boat like Pete, you were saying, that has a Seakeeper on it, until you're like, oh, I can literally not do this without it, and the ride is the same thing. Like, you sell the single greatest things for making your boat run good, but until you step on a boat that has it, the light bulb can't fully go off.
I think that's one of the biggest challenges. I think if everybody actually got out and rode a ride
Yeah.
boat or a gyro or a ride and gyro, if you're that fortunate, like it will blow your mind.
Yeah.
There's just no way around it.
It's like,
And
how could it be this way?
yeah, and the ride gives us like, it's a good entry level, first
Yeah.
hits free kind of thing.
Yeah,
Like
totally.
you don't have to shell out 50 grand to see how cool the technology is. Those ride kits started about $8,500 installed or
Yeah,
something,
installed.
which is a huge investment. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong.
sure.
But what it'll do for your back, I mean, none of us are getting any younger. We've been doing this a long time. My back and my knees are like, protecting those is what's going to let me fish and hunt and do the stuff I love for, hopefully another 20 years or so.
So do you do a combination sometimes of, so the ride system doesn't replace the gyro?
No, they're pretty
They're
independent.
two independent
The
things.
ride system works while you're running, makes the boat run better, better fuel economy, more stability while you're moving. You can put, like anybody who's run a boat, like you got your buddies and they go to get a beer while you're running in or something. The boat heels to the side, that's gone. That you can put 4 fat guys on one rail of a small boat and it's not even going to.
So you don't have to like if somebody moves on a boat.
You don't
have
do. It's
to
on
adjust,
auto.
yeah.
You
I
can
don't
run
even
back and
mess
forth
with
in
it.
cockpit.
Yeah.
it
And it
won't list
automatically
at all.
adjusts.
You
Right.
really don't need to adjust it much at all. If the weather gets really snotty on the way home or I'm going right into it, I might give it a little extra. You can do like auto and then give it a little bit more on top of it. But for the most part, you literally hit the auto button and don't think about it.
Wow.
We got to get it on your boat, man.
Yeah.
We got to.
Sounds
It
cool.
will blow your mind, and it'll add years to your boating career.
Yeah.
I mean, no joke. It will add years to your
Yeah.
career.
And for your boat, they have they have these new pocket fills that they're making.
Oh,
It's a 3D
yeah, because
printed
mine are
product.
recessed trim tabs.
Correct.
yeah.
So we don't have to do all the fiberglass work on it.
Hey,
they have a
that's
3D
huge.
printed piece that we affix to the boat.
And how do you just glue them in?
Yeah, use the same 2-part adhesive plexus that we use to install the
Yeah.
ride system itself, that's literally glued onto your boat. We don't through
Yeah.
bolt anything, so we use the same adhesive for that.
So let's say somebody wants a ride system. How's it work? Do you come and pick up the boat and then take it out to your spot and then?
We have trailer service. We have a fully indoor installation shop here.
Uh-huh.
It's East County here in Santee.
Yeah.
But it allows us to work indoors, rain, shine,
Yeah,
keep the
bet.
boat off
Smart,
the street,
no matter
which
what.
is nice,
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of people drop their own boat off. We'll go pick them up. We have a couple trailers we can use for that if somebody doesn't have a trailer. So we make that accessible for everybody.
And
Yeah,
if you're in the boatyard, like we've been doing a lot of that stuff, doing your annual or whatever, we'll
If you're
slide in
already
and
out.
knock our
you
stuff
can do
out.
that.
Yeah, it's a
Now-
great
and what
time to
about
do
on
it.
a big boat, like when you're putting a Seakeeper?
the gyro?
Yeah.
That's always kind of it's an
Depends.
amalgamation. Every boat's different, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes we can, keep the boat in the water, just go over to the yard, do a crane pick and get everything on deck. And then we can install from
And
there
then
in
you
the
just
slip.
install
Yeah.
the slip.
Or just best thing, program it with a normal haul out. If you're going to do a yearly
Yeah.
or whatever that is, or a big yard project, we'll just go in and handle our stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. That's great.
One of the
And-
things. Oh,
Go
please.
ahead.
I was going to say one of the things that I've always liked so much is seeing how you guys how pro you have gotten at shoehorning a gyro into a place where you thought like, oh, I'd love to have one on my boat, but there just isn't room. And it's been fun talking to Ollie and you just about all we need to do is move this. And now all of a sudden we've opened up all this room for it. Like,
Definitely a puzzle. Each boat's different. Even if it's the same boat, it's different, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you might have a different power package or whatever, but we can get a gyro in a lot of places. A lot of people just think like you said, they don't have.
They
the
don't
space.
think you have room. Yeah.
But let us get a look at it. Get us down on the boat, and we'll figure it out.
Yeah, that's a really. I got a buddy who really wants to put one in his boat, and he's got one of those weird East Coast down east. He's like, "Well, I measured it up compared to the website, and it won't fit." And we're like, "Well, we can put it in. We can put it in pieces." So they'll take the sphere off the frame, get it through the keyhole or whatever they need to do, and then kind of put it back together. The thing's all modular. There's no risk in it or anything, and put it together inside the hull. So a lot of times they can get a unit into somewhere where you're like, it's magic.
There's no way.
And the units themselves have become a lot more efficient, and they've changed the size of some of the things. So like the sphere itself hangs down farther out, below the frame now. So if you got the V in the hole, sometimes we can fit it.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, just don't go off, normal measurements that are on the website. Like get us down on your boat, and we'll go check it out, and we'll figure out how to do it.
You shoehorn that thing in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. So what's going on at BD Outdoors?
Man, this is our quiet time. I think whenever we get together this time of year, this is like regroup. I know Ricky's doing the same thing we are, panicking about the shows coming up and getting your life together and ordering more T-shirts and hats and all of that stuff. I'm kind of stoked for this year at the PCS show. We're doing something we've done at Day at the Docks the last few years, and it's been wildly successful. And we're doing $10 shirts.
$10 shirts.
Like I think we did 3 designs. We did thousands of them. And instead of doing $20 or whatever our normal price is, we're like, let's bring back the good old days.
Yeah,
and
you're selling for basically less than
about what they cost us, making a couple bucks a shirt kind of thing. But I mean, for us, it's not selling swag. It's just getting the logo out there, seeing all the fans and doing all that. We've been doing that at Day at the Docks with kind of like last year's stuff. And then one day at Day at the Docks, we are selling more shirts than we almost sell like at a whole PCS show. Just because it's a deal and everybody, is looking for a deal. So I think we're going to do $10 shirts and $15 hats.
Because we're living in the world of $30 T-shirts and $40 T-shirts.
$40 T-shirts.
And $40 hats.
I was looking at Padre hats the other day. All the new stuff came out for spring training. It's like 40-something bucks. Like, I love my team.
Yeah,
but
a $10 T-shirt's not a good deal anymore. It's like an insane, like you said, it's approaching what it costs to have it made.
Yeah, you don't see it much
You're just
anymore.
trading the dollars for the fun of having BD on everybody.
And I think exactly. I think it'd be totally fun. I think that we're gonna crush it and just get tons of people out there wearing the gear and just get rid of some shirts. And like I said, it's not a big money maker for us as long as we can hopefully recoup a little bit of what it costs to go up there. I'm stoked. Let's get this thing going.
So PCS, you're going to be at both shows, Costa Mesa and Del Mar.
Yeah.
And you're going to have a booth with Seakeeper also.
Correct.
Yeah, with Blue Sea Stabilizers, as well as BD Outdoors. Going to be next to each other.
I don't know where they're
Fish Dope.
Actually,
we're going to be outdoors this year.
That's
PCS.
right.
We're going to have the demo boat there, so anybody wants to come by and check it out.
What's the demo boat?
25 Parker.
Okay.
It's got the gyro and the ride in it. So unfortunately, it won't be in the water because it's not an on-water show. But they can go climb on the boat and check it out.
See how the install is.
Correct.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's a Seakeeper demo boat where they have all of
Yes, that's a Seakeeper demo boat. It will also be at the Del Mar show.
And Del Mar
and then Newport Boat Show. Like if you want to come experience it, that's probably your first place. Are we doing rides at Newport this year? Or do we know yet?
Yeah, there'll be demo rides at Newport and the San Diego Boat Show. We do that as well.
And like that's where
there's a San Diego Boat Show.
Yeah, there's been the last couple of years. It's been back. And actually, they put
Who knew?
Good show. Same guys doing Newport.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But they do. It's a good show. New ownership and all that. And I would say the first year Newport was a little hiccupy, but the last couple have been really
great
really
shows,
solid. Yeah.
Right here at Sunroad Harbor Island is the San Diego. Boat Show.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Like in June or something like that.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah. But the big ones, of course, the PCS show coming up beginning of March and then middle of March in Del Mar. That's going to be great. And Fish Dope, of course, will be there too in the BD Outdoors.
Yep, we'll be there. We'll be there slinging and saying hi and handing out hats and shirts and doing that whole thing as well. I think we're not going to do Fish Dope at Del Mar, but we're going to do Fish Dope up at PCS.
Okay.
I think that's the plan, but they just tell me what to do. I just show up.
Lots of stuff. Yeah. And you still doing local knowledge?
I am. I've kind of cut back on it though. Did a couple shows over the summer, had the boys out here, and then Rush is really taking on the brunt of it. I'm probably do 3-4 shows a season now instead of 12. And I'm not mad about it. We did it for 10 years at a very high level. I'm super proud of it. But man, I am just flat out tired of traveling.
You got a lot of stuff.
I got a lot cooking all the time and just being on an airplane or being gone a week, a month. And that's what it was. It was a week, a month for a decade. I was gone. You get like December, we wouldn't travel or something. But other than that, it was like 1 week every single month. And man, I'm getting old. And San Diego's really nice. And the fishing here is really good. And I got some nephews I want to spend some more time with. And so, I'm trying to just kind of slow things down a little bit. I've been running at a breakneck pace,
Good for you, man.
pretty much for 20 years.
So the show's still on the air.
It is. Yep. Still going strong. Mikey and the boys are doing it. And they just got back from Louisiana and fished with, our friends Eric and Mo out there and did some redfish stuff and all that. But no, it's rolling right along. I'm not doing it every episode anymore.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
You're doing the celebrity appearance.
Something like that. Yeah.
Cameos.
Yeah. As you can hear, we have a great show lined up for today. A lot to talk about with
God.
Chris and Ali.
So much to cover between these two guys. There's nothing in fishing that these two guys don't do, from boats to catching them and everything in between. We're going to have a great time this morning. If you want to join us, man, we want to hear from you. Give us a call at 833-288-0973. We are standing by at the Fan to take your phone calls right now. Again, 833-288-0973. The other way, if you got a question for Chris or question for Ali, man, just send us a text. The Let's Talk Hookup app allows you to text in your questions to the show. It's been so popular now. So many people send us great text questions. And if you want to do that, it's only available through the Let's Talk Hookup app. It's a free download. No matter what kind of phone you have, Android, iPhone, whatever, just search where you get your apps. Look for Let's Talk Hookup. It's also the easiest way to catch all the archive shows. Like this morning, I was listening to the show you guys did with Tim and Duke yesterday. Super fun. And it's how you can catch up on all the great stuff. Chris has a hot tip on Blue Sea Stabilizer. You can go back and listen. And it's the only way you can text in your questions to the show. When you do, make sure you include your contact info. Just a name and a phone number along with your question is all we need in case you're the winner of that big prize. And man, are we giving away a cool prize today. A brand new pair. And when I say brand new, I mean like newly released from Costa Del Mar. It's the Pilot House. Yeah, a really cool pair of shades.
Pro, yeah.
A super, super lightweight. This particular one has that gold mirror lens. It's a 580 lens. It's just an awesome, awesome pair of shades. Incredibly light, really good wrap. We were talking about earlier, Ali, like a really good boat pair to have. Like there's some serious wrap. You're not going to have any sun entry. And again, a brand new pair of Costas for one lucky caller or texter at the end of the show. Again, if you want to get through, it's 833-288-0973. And when we come back, we're going to be taking your phone calls. Lots of great info coming your way. You stay tuned. You're listening to Southern California's Sport Fishing Voice. This is Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook and YouTube Live, and 97.3 The Fan.
Fillet knives shouldn't be disposable. Introducing AFTCO fillet knives that are built to last. Designed in collaboration with Boker, Germany, AFTCO knives feature 4116 German stainless steel, bonded with titanium nitride to ensure optimum corrosion resistance and exceptional edge retention. A non-slip TPR handle maintains a firm grip when processing game fish. Fillet knives from AFTCO. Any fish, any water.
Hello, this is Captain Mike Totter from Searcher Sport Fishing. Alongside my colleague, Chef Josh Evans, and our dedicated team, we invite you to join us aboard the Searcher. Our fishing trips range from 1.5 to 8 days, available May through November, and include charter options. We're committed to upholding a legacy of top-notch customer service, delicious food, and a friendly and talented crew. Book your fishing adventure online at searchersportfishing.com or call Rachel at 619-226-2403. That's searchersportfishing.com. We look forward to welcoming you aboard.
When you're offshore fishing, the right gear makes all the difference, and that includes Fujinon stabilized binoculars from Baker Marine. Come see Baker Marine at the PCS show in Costa Mesa and Del Mar to explore the full Fujinon binocular lineup and take advantage of the fantastic show specials. Only from Baker Marine. Need the best? Fujinon Stabiscope is the professional's choice. Looking for top-tier stabilization at a great price? The Fujinon Techno Stabby TSX 1440 delivers rock-steady vision even through rough waters. Perfect for serious anglers. Baker Marine is the largest Fujinon retailer on the West Coast and services all brands of binoculars. They also have super lightweight stabilized binoculars for hunting and other outdoor activities. Visit Baker Marine at PCS Costa Mesa and Del Mar shows and take advantage of the exclusive show specials, or stop by their store on Shelter Island in San Diego. Learn more at bakermarine.com. bakermarine.com.
The sports shows are coming, and it's the best time to buy that new boat you always wanted. West Coast Marine will have Parker and Camus boats along with Yamaha outboards at the PCS shows in Costa Mesa and Del Mar this year, all at special boat show prices. Owner Nick Kelly will show you all the latest boats from Parker. These are models designed with the West Coast angler in mind and the ultimate platform for our kind of fishing. West Coast Marine has has a great inventory of Parker and Camus boats and Yamaha outboards at their shop on Newport Boulevard in Costa Mesa 2, along with the finest service on Yamaha outboards and more. Nick will have several Yamaha-powered boats at the show available for you to check out. Be sure to go by the West Coast Marine booth at the PCS shows in Costa Mesa and Del Mar, or stop by their Costa Mesa location and see their inventory of new and used boats and Yamaha outboards. Check westcoastmarine.com.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Having a great time here with the boys this morning, talking BD Outdoors, Blue Sea Stabilizers, and some pretty good fishing in between, man. Today's going to be a blast.
You want to get through? Jeff is standing by at the fan, 833-288-0973. Have a good text.
I thought so, especially with these boys fresh back from La Paz. Wanted to get us started with the text this morning. Says, good morning, Ollie and Chris. When flying down to La Paz, I've been hearing some things back and forth about Mexico. Did you guys experience any taxes, fees, shipping your rods down? I'm planning a trip to La Paz later in the year. Want to know what to expect. That's from Carlos and Murrieta.
Cool. Yeah, no, we have not had any problems in La Paz. I mean, La Paz is not Cabo, and that's what makes La Paz so great. And that kind of stuff, I mean, it's really just not and like you may be taking fishing tackle. When we go down, we are taking West Marine in our suitcases and backpacks. And I mean, we're always playing the game too, trying to get as many parts down there or whatever. And it's anything from, we could have a microwave in our bag to some propellers. You get nailed? Not very often. Yeah, not very often. So no, I think that's probably the big attractor of La Paz is it just isn't Cabo. It doesn't have all that stuff. Slower pace, more affordable. You know, the people in La Paz are generally from La Paz, and that's not the case in Cabo. There's a lot of mainland people that aren't actual locals, and you know, we got good friends down there. Chris and his whole crew and family. Chris grew up down there,
grew up in La Paz.
Yeah.
Yep.
What was that like?
It was fun.
Yeah.
A lot of fishing.
Cool.
No, it was cool. We moved down and I was in like 5th grade.
Wow.
So I went 5th grade through high school down there and then
so you speak
moved back.
Spanish fluently?
Correct.
Yeah, that's cool. That's good to have along, right?
It always helps.
Yeah.
It always helps. My Spanish only gets us so far.
Yeah.
But I think the overall just travel experience was a lot easier this time. The tourist visa thing, you don't have to print out anything at the CBX anymore. You just walk through. If you're staying under 7 days, you don't have to pay for the tourist visa. It's included. So I think they made it a lot easier to get down there.
A lot easier.
Yeah, I think they definitely, because I've been down on the CBX. I've had a couple of times where I was there 2.5 hours early. I barely made my flight, but they've really streamlined it. And I was like, yeah, that wasn't bad at all. I would totally.
Yeah.
Get
Except on a holiday, like Steve Bernard went down to, he's down in Puerto Vallarta right now with his family. He went down Thursday, of course, 3-day weekend, Valentine's Day, stuff like that. He was there 2 hours before it missed his flight.
Oh,
yeah.
Bummer.
Yeah. He said it was just like he was close, but didn't make it. But,
treat it like an international flight. Get there 3 hours early.
You got to do 3 hours at CBX. It's a big
and why we breezed through.
And then he said they went down on Friday, and he said it took 30 minutes.
That was our experience.
It all depends. Sure. It depends on the day.
And if you are there early, then just get there early and go have a cerveza somewhere.
They remodeled the airport. They got a lot more food now.
They have clubs. They have kind of everything there.
It's a good experience.
Get there early.
Yeah,
and that's the way to go to La Paz, though.
That's the only way from here.
Yeah.
Like
if
I'm going to Vallarta,
LA flight, like
from LA, but from San Diego, that's kind of your only option. If I'm going to Vallarta, it's 50-50, just depending on what has a better schedule or rate, because you can go. Alaska flies direct to PV out of San Diego, and you can also go Valeris. I just go with whatever's cheaper or easier, Right.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, if you want to get through 833-288-0973, let's jump into the phone.
Alex in San Carlos is going to get us started on the phone side this morning. Alex, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, good morning, guys. Since we're on the topic of flying La Paz, I was going to ask, what's the best way to take your rods down there? How many rods can you take, and how do you guys pack your reels? And the second question I was going to ask is, do you guys have like a stabilizer that would fit in, like, let's say if you want to build a super pongo, is there something that's small enough that would fit on a pongo?
On the stabilizer front, yes, the Seakeeper 1 gyro is a deck mount unit, and it's fully enclosed, so it has a case over it to keep the water off. And that'd be a good option for that. And then the Seakeeper ride is basically perfect for that. It will make that boat ride like a bigger boat, bigger, heavier boat.
Would you start, let's say if you had a budget and you couldn't do both at the same time, would you start with the ride system on a boat like that?
Really depends on what you're using the boat for. I mean, if you're gonna go sit in the trough and kite fish with it, which is the thing, I would probably look at the gyro.
Yeah.
If you're gonna have long, those long runs, and or just kind of run and gun fishing and stuff like that, I'd probably go for the ride.
Yeah. All right. And then what about taking down rods and reels? I think you're allowed 5 or 4 per person or something like that.
That's what I was hearing in Cabo, but I don't know if has there ever been a real law anywhere else?
I don't think so.
I'm not that I've ever experienced.
Like in La Paz, you have no worries.
No, I mean, dude, so we go a dozen rods sometimes.
No
or
kidding.
a bunch of tackle. I think for transporting them, I mean, you can do the PVC thing and all that, but Plano makes that. What's that big rod holder with the wheels?
The one with the wheels is the only way.
Yeah, they call it like the B52, or it's got some name. Dude, that I have got 2 of those things that have been to hell and back, and I cannot break them. I mean, I think that's really the way to go.
I had the bazooka tube that didn't have the wheels before the wheeled one came out, and I always fought like, I'm not going to buy a second tube just because I need wheels. I'm fine. I've done it 100 times without it. Dude, buy the wheels.
Buy the wheels.
It's like the best thing ever.
And I think what's that thing, $80 or it's not. It isn't
a little
ton
more, but
of
it's
money,
not a bunch.
Yeah, it's an
It'll
heirloom
last you
thing.
forever.
Yeah, my nephews are going to inherit that thing. Like it will not die, and not for lack of trying.
Yeah. All right, Alex, thanks for the call. 833-288-0973. There's a great text from Jason in San Diego. It says, good morning, Pete, Rick, Ollie, and Chris. Awesome show. Couple questions. What's the turnaround time from when you pick up my boat to finish and putting it on top and the Seakeeper and the ride system? Also, when did you come up with the concept of bloody decks on your favorite place to fish? What's your favorite place to fish? And when's the next show you're doing with Rush?
I've only got 4 or 5 more questions.
Yeah, and then well, it goes on. But
You want to start with BD or?
No, go ahead.
So turnaround time, we need about 5 working days for the ride installs. Obviously it depends on the boat if we're doing fiberglass work or the pocket fills. But call it about 5 days, start to finish. And then the gyro, same thing. It just really depends on what we're doing. But I would say for both systems, give us a week and a half, and we'll have it done.
Wow,
that's cool.
Pretty impressive.
And on the BD side, I know we've told this story probably on here a good bit, but it was 2003, and a bunch of us were on internet forums, and that's where I met Ricky before BD and all that stuff. And those forums were not run very well, and they ended up kicking people off and suing people and doing all this stuff. And it was like we just wanted to make a place where fishermen could be fishermen, and the rest has kind of been history. It blew up so fast compared to those other existing sites. It was just crazy. And it was, obviously timing's everything. And we were social media for fishermen before there was Facebook. And that's no joke. I mean, shoot, Facebook didn't even get popular until 08, 09 or something.
Yeah.
Like we've been doing this a little bit now. We used to be the young guys. Now we're the old guys.
Yeah, it was such a pioneer for what it was. Like there just wasn't anything else like it.
Yeah.
And it was super well run-ish. And I mean that in the most positive way possible.
I accept it.
Yeah, it was good. It was really good.
And when did you start Fish Dope?
I think that was like 2009, 10, somewhere in there. So it's been around about 15 years now.
Yeah.
It's not new. And then we launched Satfish, which is essentially for everywhere that's not Southern California. And that's, I think it's 3 years old now, 3.5 years. So yeah, we've been doing Satfish, been blowing up. We're stoked.
What's the difference between Satfish and Fish Dope?
So Satfish does not have the daily report. That's the biggest difference. But what Satfish does have is we've got maps now for pretty much all of North America, Central America, and now we're moving into South America. Australia, we're going to add in soon. A lot of the Arab countries do a lot of fishing and they don't have those resources, but you get the app, and the app with all the tools for, you can see all the different maps. You can illustrate them. You can do your measurements, plan a route. We've got a new revision of this app coming out really soon where you'll be able to share waypoints like, hey, Ricky, here's that rock cod spot. Boom. It fires into his thing.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's all going to be out here in the next 30 or 60 days. So there's a lot of tech behind it. And honestly, I'm excited for this year because we've been spending so much money developing and trying to keep up and doing it. And the money is done spent. We're just waiting for final approval on it. And now we'll have a whole new platform for Satfish and Fish Dope. They're basically powered by the same software.
Oh, no kidding.
So yeah, more features coming,
different membership,
a lot of good stuff. Satfish is a separate membership. I think it's $129 a year.
Okay.
And like I said, anybody outside of California, that's what you want to have. If you're a Southern California guy, Fish Dope.
Fish Dope.
Yeah.
Because you have a lot of the same tools for Southern California.
Yeah, like if you look at our Satfish data for Southern California, they're almost exactly the same, but you can't listen to the radio. radio. You don't get the plane reports. You don't get, because we just can't be in all places at once, you know. But it, like we've all been using them, especially I think Albacore taught us all to be good SST fishermen back in the day. But like, you know, it's a powerful tool. When you were fishing down off Mag or in the Sea of Cortez, I mean, you find the right water, the fish are there.
Yeah.
So
Fish Dope is still so impressive to me that over the years you guys have developed such a good network of people that rely on information, both professional based and user based, and a bud and a scientist and a pilot, and like it's such a good compile of information that then just gets spit out sometimes multiple times a day. Like you think about what goes into that resource, and it's probably the best value in fishing. Like
there's no
when
question.
you think about what it takes for a tank of fuel and your time and your permits and what you spend at the tackle store before you go, like that is the cheapest investment to assure you're going to be in the right place.
I totally agree. And I don't, you know, and people ask me, is it worth the money? I'm like, look, like we aren't trying, we want value. Value is what keeps people coming back. Fish Dope has a 93% renewal rate.
Wow.
Nothing
That's
has
crazy.
that. Like that's,
Yeah.
and the other
That's
7%
incredible.
are probably dead or sold their boat. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, and we do get that. You know, he said automated email. Carl's passed away. You might want to remove him from your slip, from your list. But yeah, I mean, dude, fuel is expensive, and being in the know-how
It's
is
crazy.
Yeah.
it's
crazy.
everything.
Yeah,
you
well,
know?
my new office neighbor, super good people. He has his boat here. Just moved. They're just coming from Arizona and stuff like. He goes, well, how do I find out all the information? I said,
That's it, man.
fishdope.com. Sign up. Use the code Hookup now. $30 off. That he ran into his office, signed up right away, and he says, "Yeah, my gosh, that thing is unbelievable, man. That's got everything in
That's
there."
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
so-
mean, dude, even like we know everybody, and you know, Ricky knows everybody, and you do, and we talked to, but it's like,
Right.
still check it
Yeah,
before I go out. Like,
Absolutely.
Who wants too much information?
yeah,
because that doesn't
exactly.
exist. And
exactly.
and it just keeps you on tabs. I think you talked about busy travel schedule, whether it's a professional career or whatever else it is. Like everybody would love to fish 2 days a week, but
Yep.
the reality is it doesn't exist for most people. But like you damn near are, because you can check that every single day. And man, it's been good. Man, it's pushing west. Oh, sounds like there's new fit. You know, the
Watch
fish that
the water move.
yeah, where I thought I was going to go looks like it's drying up, but to the south looks like there's good fishing again. Maybe I adjust my plans, and you get to like keep tabs on that the whole time instead of just showing up at the bait receiver and
Right.
trying to make a gut call. On what
And
direction
also
to
they
go.
have beta reports too.
we
They
do.
have
everything.
Yeah,
beta
I
reports,
mean,
yeah,
we're
everything.
checking everything we can to
Yeah.
help these guys.
I
And
mean,
get them,
especially
you know,
last year. the
pointed
beta
in there.
reports
It
were
was
important.
tough. Yeah,
Yeah.
last year was tough.
Yeah.
No,
So-
I'm real proud, man. It's
Should
been a
be.
long grind.
And the big question is Danny coming out for the PCS show?
I don't know if he's coming out for the show or not, but yeah, him and Jason. I mean, they're him, Jason,
backbone.
Jeff, yeah, Alex. I mean, those guys are the guys in the trenches. All I do is help sell it, but they
Yeah.
do a great job, and I don't know how they do it. Honestly, 364 days a year, they're on there just like the bait doc giving you a report.
Pretty impressive.
cool.
So I have so we were talking about yesterday about Tim Ekstrom's show, and Tim and Duke were great. If you missed that show yesterday, go to our archives and check it out on the Let's Talk Hookup app or the Let's Talk Hookup.com on the website. So Tim was talking about they just added a 4-day and a 3-day trip on the Royal Star. They took a 7-day and divided it in October, beginning of October. So the 4-day trip sold out right after the show. So he sold 16 spots in a matter of 2 hours once he announced it on Let's Talk Hookup. And the 3-day, if you want to get on that, there's 3 spots left. From what I saw this morning.
Yeah.
So if you want to go on one of the trips, you better jump on it. But just shows you people are listening to Let's Talk Hookup. I just wanted to throw a thanks out to our listeners too for supporting the sponsors and
No doubt.
taking advantage of that too.
25 some spots
Yeah.
sold in 2 hours.
Thousands of dollars
that's
worth
pretty
of
cool,
content
man.
there.
Good going,
Yeah.
boys.
Yeah, that 4-day is like $3,400 or something like that. So it's like, yeah, he sold some bucks.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, so I'm happy
And
for that.
what a
Thanks
cool-
to our listeners.
And what a cool trip.
Oh
too.
my
I mean,
gosh,
what
to
an
jump
opportunity to
on
go on a
that?
3-day in October prime time on
Yeah.
the Star. Like you said, it was a 7-day that the charter group had to, couldn't make their trip, so they broke it into a 4 and a 3-day. Like,
Yeah.
when has there been an opportunity to go on a 3-day that didn't have,
Yeah.
25 spots that are already sold? Because, once
I
you get
know.
on a trip like that, you get the first right for going next year. Like, your spot still exists until, until after the trip goes.
It's like
and
legacy.
And that's just how they go. Everybody gets off the boat and they hand their deposit to Tracy. Yep, sign me up again for next year. And that's why there's never spots on it. So this is a brand new trip. Like, that's going to be cool.
So if you want to go on that 3-day, you better jump on it.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Hey, when we come back, we got a lot more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way. More of your phone calls, more of your text messages. We're going to check in with the catch reports, find out what's biting up and down the beach, and a whole lot more. You stay tuned. You're listening to Southern California's sport fishing voice. This is Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook and YouTube Live, and 97.3 The Fan.
Have you been looking for a live bait hook that keeps live bait alive? Look no further than Japan's leading fish hook, Gamakatsu. It's the little things that make the difference, and Gamakatsu hooks drive the point home with an absolute perfect bend and ideal barbs. Your bait swims harder and longer, and when you get bit, Gamakatsu hooks bite back with a vengeance. All hooks are not the same. Go with Gamakatsu for infinite success. Gamakatsu, simply the best. Check gamakatsu.com.
The PCS show is coming, and we will have our best booth ever. Hi, this is Doug Kern from Fisherman's Landing Tackle. Check us out in the wildly popular saltwater building at the PCS show in Costa Mesa. We will have exclusive products and promotions available only from us. Everything at the Fisherman's Landing Tackle booth will be on sale with a ton of high-quality saltwater products that no one else at the show will have. For saltwater tackle at the PCS show, your best stop is the Fisherman's Landing Tackle booth.
I believe there is no doubt that the finest sport fishing in the world starts right here in San Diego. This is Captain Frank Lopresti. Our fleet of long-range boats and crew are unmatched, and the Royal Polaris and Shogun are right at the top of the list. Captain Jonathan Yamati and his crew aboard the Royal Polaris are considered to be the finest long-range vessel in the world. From summer bluefin, yellowtail, and wahoo to giant yellowfin tuna, our record is unmatched. The Shogun, under the direction of Captain Rene Monteagudo, has become one of the most popular long-range boats in the fleet. This big, wide, solid riding vessel has gained a reputation for catching fish and treating their customers to an epic vacation on the water. I am so proud of Jonathan, Rene, and the crews on both the Royal Polaris and Shogun, as they have helped me keep the reputation of the premier vessels in the long-range fleet. Come see for yourself. Book a trip on the Royal Polaris or Shogun today. Check RoyalPolarisSportFishing.com or ShogunSportFishing.com, or call Monica or Jen in the office at 619-226-8030.
This is Jeff Squires from One Cool Tuna and OCT Jigs. I've known Yusuf for over 15 years, and he is the expert when it comes to real estate. He has helped me sell my condo and helped me build a financial plan for my transition to the new area. He knows the answers to the hard questions that an average guy like myself doesn't understand. Yusuf not only is a fellow angler, but he's an amazing realtor that specializes in helping the angling community find their ultimate home. If you own a home, get a free, no obligation home evaluation now online from Yusuf by typing in SoCalHomeEval.com. All you do is put in your address and you'll get that report fast. Yusuf is the SoCal real estate go-to guy. He has helped me and my friends and family find what they are looking for in their new home. He understands the real estate market like no other, so take it from me, Yusuf is the best when it comes to your real estate needs. Go to SoCalHomeEval.com and we'll see you on the water.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Having a great time here this morning. Phone lines are getting packed up. Again, if you want to get your chance, it's 833-288-0973. And as promised, it's time to find out what's biting out there. It is time for our Catch Report today, sponsored in part by Terrafin Sea Surface Temperature Charts. Focus your offshore fishing in the most productive areas by using Terrafin Sea Surface Temperature, chlorophyll, currents, and more. With Terrafin Mobile, you can access your chart on your phone or any mobile device. Check Terrafin.com for more information. We got him. Captain Brian Woolley at Dana Wharf Sport Fishing is on the line. What's up, Woolley?
Hey, good morning, guys. What's happening in there this morning?
Hey, a lot, man. Another beautiful day and a calm before the storm.
Oh, geez. Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. Yep, for sure. We were fortunate, mellow conditions all week, and gosh, the star of the show has been this crazy water temp, still 62 to 63 through our stretch. Like, we got up above into like Crystal Cove area during the week. The water was like that up there. We got down below, down off Pendleton. The water was same temp there. So it's a good stretch. It sounds like it's down the beach there quite a ways as well. So with that, the half day bass fishing, pretty good. You know, fish caught on the live baits near the surface on sliding egg sinkers, cut baits, caught plenty of bass and whatnot. Artificial lures as well. The small profile lures like those flukes have been working really well on little lead heads just out along the edges of the kelp. Some anglers rolling their heavier swim baits along the bottom, catching some nice sand bass down near the bottom as well. And the halibut we've been catching this week, it's a smaller grade fish. It's like 5 to 8 pounds, but it's been pretty consistent. Seeing some of those take on the live sardines on our open party trips as well. 3/4 day guys kind of been sculpin fishing. That remains steady this week as well, with 5 fish being really a pretty easy target. No problem there. Mixing some whitefish and some dabs, that accounted for more of that 3/4 day count for our guys. And then, we've been kind of folding in some bass fishing on the back end of those 3/4 day trips, kind of pushing into the kelp down there, barn kelp, yellowtail kelp up there off of North County or Pendleton there. And same bass action along the edges of the kelp there as well. A couple halibut in that zone, some sheephead caught and released, just decent fishing. But yeah, like you said, man, that weather's coming. So if you want to fish this week, take a look at the weather. You might be able to get a day in midweek or something. Who knows? We're just going to have to take this week as it kind of comes at us. So call and make a reservation. We try and get you out, and we'll see how it goes. But, yeah, for sure, we're going to be a little shaken up this week with that weather. So our number here at the office, 949-496-5794. Of course, you can hit us on the web as well at danawharf.com.
Awesome, man. Well, hey, we'll take that. Enjoying this fantastic weather.
63 degrees.
That's crazy,
February.
dude. Yeah. We'll get through it. Like you said it best, buddy. We'll get through a little bit of weather. We get right back on them, get right back to summertime in February. And man, a great report as always. Appreciate it. Good call too. Reservations become so key this time of year. And man, if somebody does want to come join you one more time, give us a number for us to go do that, Willie.
Thanks, man. You can hit us on the web at danawharf.com or call us in office here at 949-496-5794. And yeah, I don't think this water is going to take a big hit when the storm pushes through. I mean, it's pretty consistent off the beach, up the coast. So we'll just have to see, but I think we'll be right back in it once this pushes through.
Agreed. Great job, brother. Appreciate it very much, Willie. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, guys. Have a good one. See you.
Thanks, buddy.
All right. And don't forget that Bill Varney's 2026 CCA calendar is available at surffishtackle.com or you still have them at Fisherman's Land?
We do. We actually sold out of them and put another little wedge through. You always start to waver. You don't, the calendar people tell you like, oh, you don't sell calendars that good after the beginning of the year, but like it's different for us. Like it's not just a calendar; it's the tide chart. The tide that all of us rely on.
Man, I look every day. At that
same,
tide.
Yeah, totally. So yeah, we just ordered another big wedge of them. Like it might not be the smart calendar time to buy, but like it's so much more than that for us. Like it's all the current events, it's all the great cool sport fishing stuff. So yeah. Anyways, we just bought another big stack of them.
So you got them. All right. Ali, we were just talking about El Nino, and Willie was talking about El Nino. It's almost a real deal now, right?
It sounds like the pendulum is swinging, if it hasn't already swung. You know, they were saying La Nina, now they're saying El Nino. So hold on to your hats. You know, that last one was one for the record books for sure. I mean, it rewrote the book. I would be crazy to get that twice in our same lifetime, if we caught wahoo and all that again.
Well, that batch of wahoo that you experienced down at in Mag Bay this year, if some of that slid up this way,
there were. That last one, it felt like what was 500 miles down the beach entered our backyard, right? And that would be right in line with kind of what we were seeing, in Mag this year. So fingers crossed, that was cool. I think the only thing that freaks me out a little bit is I don't want these bluefin to go away.
Ever.
That last El Nino brought them. Will another one chase them out? But, I think we're starting to see more and more evidence that maybe they're breeding over on this side. I don't know if you guys saw them last year, but we would be way outside sometimes and we get a foamer of like 3-pounders. Little tiny guys, and we're never geared up to catch them.
Right.
You throw the little metal lure in there and it's still too big for them to eat. You really have to have a sabiki. So I told some of my buddies and my crew, like this year, let's make it a point to have a sabiki rigged up with those little squids and see if we can't catch a little tiny. And you can tell they're bluefin. They're all barred up like a little tiny juvenile fish. It's definitely not a mackerel or anything like that. Maybe this is their breeding seat. Well, if that is the case, then hopefully they'll never leave, and they'll just keep looping around the California up and down, Baja and here. So
be a good replacement for albacore.
I'll take that all day. Every day. But I know guys that get romantic about albacore. I am not one of them. I would very much rather have these big bluefin swimming around.
And I'm with you too. Like, I don't want anything to happen to this bluefin. It's my favorite thing. It's been the coolest thing for us to get to participate. But man, a good El Nino year. Like, how long has it been since we've got to go out and just know when you're driving around and you see a kelp, you just start licking your chops because it's going to be full of yellows and Dorado, and you're
yellowfin.
Dragging a cedar plug. Exactly. Dragging a cedar plug and the clicker goes zipping off because you got a yellowfin and there's a school of porpoise and oh my God, there's 10 turns picking in front of that porpoise school. We're about to load it. Like, that's really fun fishing that we haven't got to do a ton of. It doesn't mean that I want to stop chasing giant bluefins with kite and all that,
100%.
but how fun would a good El Nino year of clickers going off and yanking and cranking be?
I'll take it. Yeah, I mean, the 30 to 50 mile fishing the last few years has not been great. I mean, that's why you've seen a lot of day and a half trips instead of overnights and all of that. So I think we could use a refresh, and if nothing else, we're kind of due for it. It's been probably 3 seasons since we've had really good smaller fish fishing close to home, and it's the best way to break up those big tuna trips too. You know, we'll
perfect time to put the Seakeeper ride system on your boat right now, right?
Gear up.
Well, speaking of big bluefins, I had a great text come through, and it says, question for the show. Ali, showing your success of your big bluefin fishing offshore, wondering if you could weigh in your 2 cents. If you're trolling around offshore and you see a big spot of fish come up, whether they be puddling, splashing, foaming, etc., what is the best move? Would you throw a hooked bait? Do you chum? Do you troll through? Do you cast lures? Looking for some advice on success. That's from Matt.
That is the hardest question when you're driving the boat. Like, because especially early in the day, when every day they're different. They're moody like a teenage girl. Some days they want the spreader bar, and some days they want a popper, and some days they want the flying fish. So that is always a difficult choice. But my deckhand, a lot of times, Dave, he sort of solves that for me. If I'm trolling by, he's going to cast into the school. If we really think we got a better shot at getting him casting, we cast. We don't even take live bait on our big bluefin trips. We just don't get very many opportunities to use it. And unfortunately, like the sport boats, we don't carry enough to be effective with it. For us, it's going to be spreader bars, the high-speed lures. We use those Sardis from Rapala. Those have been great for us. Or we're casting. We're casting our favorite Rapala poppers or throwing a metal lure. And then, of course, the kite gear. And it's just, what are they into that day? And a lot of times it's also like, it's really good. Hey, what's the most effective for getting fish in the boat, know?
So keep them on heavy tackle.
Yep.
So next Sunday, we're going to have Tristan Poole and Cade Gunter from Shimano on, and they're really into this new ledge runner that they just came out.
I saw that.
You saw that. Have you have them yet?
We have them at the shop.
You have them
hanging on the wall right this second.
Yeah, and you can adjust the depth on those to where they run the 2 different sizes and stuff. Pretty excited about those.
That is cool. Yeah, that is cool. Man, there's so, we say it all the time, but like tackle and lures and stuff.
Yeah.
There's almost not a bad one anymore.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's just all the gear has gotten so good now.
Gear.
And I think 3D printing allows these guys to prototype stuff faster. And it just seems like you've got endless choices, and they all are going to work.
There's some good stuff. Well, let's continue our catch report with our surf guru, Gundy Gunderson. What's up, Gundy?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
You are.
Well, we could do a 180, and he was talking about strictly lures, and I'm going to talk a little bit about live bait. The fishing was really tough this week. We had that big swell. We had some weather. We got some incoming weather. So, a handful of perch catches and stuff like that. But a lot of guys were interested in that live smelt we were talking about last week. So I'm going to just give you a little primer on it here. And get out your notebooks. There's some things you might want to note if you want to try this technique. Very effective, plentiful in shallow water. The live smelt, bays, beaches, lagoons, more active on tide movements as they feed in the current. Most of the smelt we're looking at to use for bait, 2 to 6 or 7 inches. Don't shy away from those big baits because we give those reports on halibuts in the lagoons and bays, and those big ones, so they'll eat those big baits. And, these smelt make up a good portion of the halibut diet. There's times they don't take it, maybe when there's a ton of anchovy or sardine or other feed around. But day in, day out, and, we've been reporting this down San Diego the last few weeks. There's been a good live bait bite down there on that smelt. The best way to make it, chum it up. Cat food, bread, something like that. Look for current along docks, jetties, that kind of thing. There's a few ways to get them. I like to use an umbrella net a lot of times. You can hang it right off the dock or whatever. You chum up the fish. Once they're in there really good and thick, you slowly pull that thing up and then quick pull at the end and grab a few baits. The other thing that works good is the tiny gold sabiki rigs, and you jig those things around the dock. You got to make each bait separately, so it takes a little more time. Umbrella net more efficient. They'll keep in a bucket, not as long, not real long and not real active as they lose oxygen. So temporarily, like if you're making them and fishing them, a bucket will do. But the better way is like a bait sled. And the easy way to do that's like a boogie board, cut a square hole with a storage container, drill holes in the storage container, plunge it down in that hole. And then as you put that boogie board in the water, the water will come into those holes and it'll keep your smelt forever. And a lot of guys who shore fish in those lagoons use those kind of things to keep their smelt in really good shape. Smaller baits, single hook, larger baits, trap hook for sure. I would go with a fluorocarbon leader, probably the egg sinker. Carolina rig is what you use most. Sometimes a dropper loop rig, and a soft tip rod, good backbone, could hang a 20-pounder plus anytime, and a bait caster rig. Because of the live bait, you want that bait caster. It just gives you the feel, the touch of the live bait, what it's doing when it's being hassled, when it's being taken. That whole thing with a bait caster is superior. Plus, you can stitch the bait, which is kind of when you pull on it a little bit to get it a little active, because smelt tend to kind of get inactive on you pretty quick. So that's a lot of information, Pete. But if you want to give it a shot, now's the time to do it. And live smelt's a good one for halibut.
I think that's such a cool way to go about it too. I mean, that's a bite that you're going to earn making that bait, fishing it, and catching it. But what a cool way to do it. And you said it, man, like your reports week after week, there's big fish around, and that's the way to get it done. Gundy, an awesome report. Sometimes the non-wide open, it's biting everywhere, just go catch them reports are my favorite of yours, because Gundy always digs deep into what makes you a much better surf fisherman, and the live bait angle is a pretty good way to go about it.
Yeah, this warm water, crazy. Who knows?
Pretty cool, man.
And don't go too light, don't go too light. I see guys make that mistake, 12-pound minimum, but I usually start with 15, 17 is where I kind of ride there. If there's some bigger fish in the mix, 20.
The best there is, Gundy. A great report as always. Appreciate you keeping us in the loop.
Have a good week, guys.
We'll talk
Great
next
show.
week, brother. All right. Hey, as you can hear, we got another full hour. Let's Talk Hookup coming your way. More of your phone calls, more great information. You stay tuned. You're listening to Southern California's sport fishing voice. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook and YouTube Live, and 97.3 The Fan.
Do you know why 1 million customers visited Summit Gasoline last year at the San Diego Sports Arena? Because they give you the lowest price on fuel. Great service and easy access, even for trucks and trailers at their 24 pumps. Summit is known for the best price on ice, too. Almost half the cost of any other vendor. 25 pounds for just $3.99. Martha and her crew love fishermen, and they'll prove it by giving you 100 pounds free with a 35-gallon fill-up. Summit offers over 40 snacks and drinks to choose from for only 89 cents. And even a line of hand creams and lip balms for 89 cents, too. Summit now proudly offers locally made burritos and sandwiches. Made fresh daily and ready to go wherever the current takes you. Summit just upgraded their car wash. And for a limited time, get a deluxe car wash for only $6. Grab the wife's car, grab a cheap sandwich, and make up for the day on the water. Summit Gasoline. Lowest prices, friendliest staff, easy access, and free ice. What more can you ask for?
The name that stands out among anglers is Fisherman's Landing, your top choice in local and long-range fishing. Our hardworking crew will make your fishing experience one to remember. We offer the finest open party trips from 1 to 3 days, the best charter boats available, and of course, our world-renowned long-range fleet is second to none. Fisherman's Landing is a full-service sport fishing operation offering great half-day trips on the Dolphin and full-day trips on the spacious and comfortable 85-foot Liberty. With bunks for your comfort, a huge bait capacity, and RSW fish holds to keep your catch fresh. Fisherman's Landing also boasts the best captains and crews in the business, from seasoned veterans to our young future legends. All our open party trips from half-day, full, or 1 to 3 day trips can be easily booked online at fishermanslanding.com or give us a call at 619-221-8500. I'll see you at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego.
This is Captain Tim Ekstrom from the long-range vessel Royal Star. With my partners Randy Toussaint and Brian Sims, we have set the bar for the long-range fishing experience. Spring 8-day, summer 5-day, or fly-down, fly-back 11-day winter trip, we deliver the highest quality long-range voyage you will find. From our premium RSW fish storage to our top-of-the-line chefs and crew, Royal Star distinguishes itself from all others. Want to grab a spot on the Royal Star? Check us out at royalstarsportfishing.com or call Tracy at 619-224-4764.
Turner's Outdoorsman, Southern California's #1 shooting, hunting, and fishing tackle retailer since 1971, is right in your neighborhood. Now with stores throughout Southern, Central, and Northern California. No one does it better. Turner's Outdoorsman brings you the best prices and selection, plus a knowledgeable staff that will help make your day on the water or in the field more fun. Stop by your neighborhood Turner's Outdoorsman. To find a location nearest you, check the web at turners.com and sign up for special deals and more.
KWFN and KWFN HD1 San Diego.
Tony Gwynn Jr. here. If you've had a busy day at work, don't worry. We got you covered. We'll bring the latest in sports on your ride home. Weekdays, 2 to 6 p.m. on 97.3 The Fan.
And Odyssey Sports Station. This program is sponsored and produced by Let's Talk Hookup. Opinions and offers expressed during this program are not those of Odyssey or 97.3 The Fan. Sometimes they tell some pretty hefty fish stories. We don't know if they're true or not.
And now it's time for more of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's Talk Hookup. This portion of the show is sponsored in part by Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup. Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. And by Yamaha Outboards, official motor sponsor of Let's Talk Hookup. Here we go. Another great hour of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's Talk Hookup. Here's Pete Gray, Rock Cod, Rick Mexa, and Corey Sandin.
Welcome back. Hour number 2. Let's Talk Hookup right here on the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook, YouTube Live, and 97.3 The Fan. Pete Gray here along with Rock Cod, Rick Mexa in the world headquarters here. Ollie and Chris from BD Outdoors, Local Knowledge, Fish Dope, and Blue Sea Stabilizers here talking fishing, talking stabilizers, talking the Seakeeper Ride, Seakeeper Systems, talking about El Nino and bluefin and all kinds of good stuff, and lots of good stuff. And you were talking about getting great reports about the bluefin down below from Aaron Barnhill, our good buddy.
Yeah, Aaron and I were BSing. He was getting a new rod and reel for his daughter as a birthday gift, and we were BSing about the fishing, and he just said it's just like Tim and Duke were talking about yesterday, how good the fishing was, and you know, he was already talking about needing to take a break because they're
almost done already.
Yeah, like I think they get to a point where they get things, you know, pretty filled up, and you know, and then they want to wait and see how much room they have or don't have.
Yeah.
And it just sounds like it's tremendous fishing for those guys. And I know Tim and Duke talked about it yesterday too, that when those guys start flying, that they were seeing fish literally from the border all the way down to below Mag Bay. And I mean, again, knock on wood, it's fishing. All these things can and do happen, but man, it looks like we're set for a good one.
Yeah,
it just sounds like there's tremendous volume of fish. I mean, you hate to say it, but kind of everywhere up and down the Baja Coast right now.
Yeah, for sure. Well, speaking of Duke and Captain Roy Rose, there they go. Leaving Fisherman's Landing right
literally
now
pulling
on
out.
our 16-day trip as we speak, right in the background of the world headquarters, let's say. And they're, you know, that's a group of 11 big fish guys.
Yeah, no doubt.
And I'm going to bet you that's when they're going to be one of the first stops is right there to pull on some 200-pound bluefin.
I got to listen to the show via the archives on the drive in this morning, and I was so excited. So I want to say congratulations to Duke for buying in ownership of the boat. I thought that was so cool to hear that he'll be officially part of the ownership team of the boat. And it's just good knowing that boat's going to be in the same level of good hands that it's been in for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
I was really stoked and proud to hear that. That's awesome. Congratulations, Duke.
Yeah. Way to go. Go get them, guys.
Yeah, no doubt,
Good luck. We're watching them leave right now. And gosh, we're giving away a great price.
Man, if you didn't catch the beginning of the show, really cool. And a brand new pair of Costa sunglasses. These are the brand new Pilot House Pros. This particular pair is a gold mirror 580 glass. I really like that. Yeah, crazy light.
I mean, they look big, but they're super light.
Yeah, and an aggressive wrap. You know, you're not going to have any sun intrusion. It's a really cool pair of shades. That gold color lens, too, it's on the lighter side of the spectrum. So it's really good mornings and evenings because you can get into your glasses earlier and stay into them later, but it still darkens things up enough that in bright sunlight, you still have enough protection. I really like them, but really where those things shine are those, more typical offshore gray days that, let's be real. We see a lot of, Ollie chasing big tuna on the backside of Clemente. It's probably gray more than it's bluebird more often than not. And that's a really nice pair of shades for that.
Yeah, for sure. So check it out. So yeah, you want to get through 833-288-0973. Jeff is standing by at the fan. Of course, also text the show here on the Let's Talk Hookup app. And you have a great text.
I thought so. Yeah. It says from Robert from Canyon Country. Ollie, I'm a huge fan of the big aluminum catamarans. I really loved watching your videos of the Killer Bee. Can you give us some of the things that you're the most proud of that boat, and what would you be different if you were building another?
Wow. Thank you. First off, I'm super proud of the boat on a whole. There's a lot of the culmination of just a lot of years of not having stuff the way you wanted it and figuring stuff out and laying stuff out and rigging. And that boat's taught me a ton since then. I did not have a ton of experience with big boat systems like ice makers and, Omni sonars and all that good stuff. So it's been fun because I got to learn a bunch. Really, there's not much I would change about that boat. The only one thing that I kind of ever wished for is having like one more bunk, because right now we sleep about 5 in your own bunks. That's guys in beds that are like big enough for 2 people and then some. But other than that, I think on a whole, man, we're really happy with how it turned out. We've had to address some little stuff. It's got the twin 600 Mercuries.
600.
Yeah. So 600 is crazy when you think about it, but the magic with those is a 2-speed transmission. So that boat actually shifts. When I punch it, it's in low, and then somewhere around 4,000 RPMs, you'll feel it automatically.
Huh.
So you got the best of the low end grunt. I mean, it's a big boat. It's 50 feet, and if I hammer it, it'll throw you out the back, and then it shifts, and you don't even notice it. And downshifting, it's silent. The motors are super quiet. They're the perfect. The boat's built around the motors. We didn't want diesels. We wanted giant fish holds, and we got boxes in there. They're like 8 feet long by 4 foot by 4 foot.
And did you put the new ride system on it?
We can't, unfortunately. The way the motors are mounted, there's just not enough clearance, and that boat would love it because right now it wants to run like at 8 knots or 30 knots. And the bow doesn't really come down until the high 20s. With the ride system, we would be able to cruise more efficiently at slower speeds and all that. But I don't think we can fit it in there.
But you have the Seakeeper.
We definitely have the gyro. We've got the Omni sonar. We've got the ice maker. We've got it does everything a bigger boat does, like a Viking. It's just in a smaller, more nimble package that easier
How fast
to maintain.
does it go?
We cruise at like 30, 32, and then we top out about 40, and that's knots, 42 knots or something.
Jeez.
Really fast. I mean, it really runs.
I love I don't want to call it an extension because that's not what it was, but the little like transom pocket. That you just from looking at the layout of it, where you can be standing, and fishing basically flush with the back of the motor. I thought that was such a cool like design aspect of that boat.
We didn't realize how much we would use that. There was a lot of wahoo came over that back door.
Bet.
A lot of them. Like,
that's cool.
It is nice to be out there, get behind the motors and all that. We can't always, you can't always boat a fish around the side of the boat, especially in a boat that's that wide. It's 14 and a half feet wide.
14 and a half feet wide.
So like sometimes you can't get around. We always want to take them ahead of the motors if we can, but if you got to, I mean, we've killed some big tunas back there, and like I said, a whole lot of wahoo. Just wind them right to the swim step there and pop them in the head and bring them over and throw on some ice.
And with the outboards, you don't get the exhaust in your face.
Yeah, that's a
You're
big
not getting wet and
plus.
getting
That's a good
splashed.
point,
And everything.
too.
You hang out on the back of the boat without getting soaked.
And the vibration, it's still not a huge boat. So like if it had diesels in there, you're going to hear them, you're going to feel them.
Yeah.
When we close that pilot house door, it is just dead silent. It's crazy. And we're moving that boat sometimes 800 miles. Like, it's so nice just to be able to close the door. And it's
how much fuel do you hold?
800, and then we put another 200 in bladders, like if we're traveling on the deck. So we can go pretty much anywhere. We can do mag in one shot, but we stop in Turtle to top off. So we've got some fuel to mess around with on the way down or whatever.
How much is fuel in La Paz now?
Oh, what did we pay? It wasn't cheap.
It was like 32 pesos a liter.
I think so.
Calculate that out.
times 3.8.
It's like
One.
$6 a gallon.
And then there's a service fee. It was 6 and change, probably.
Holy mackerel.
It's not, and it's weird because in Mexico the diesel's not cheaper. It was actually more, which I was surprised by the gallon.
The diesel?
Here, usually at the dock diesel's cheaper because you don't pay
No,
road
not
taxes.
anymore.
Is it more
When was the
now?
last time you bought diesel at here?
I only buy it.
Yeah.
Only put it in my pickup. I didn't realize that.
Oh yeah, no, it's more in the water.
Same as you.
Dude, I was deer hunting in Arizona 2 weeks ago.
Don't. What are you doing right now?
I had
What
to
are you
fill the
doing right now?
motorhome, and it was $3.24.
Yeah.
And I felt like I won the lottery, and I did the math. It was like, you just saved $70. I'm like, but it was such a moral victory
Yeah,
filling up
Thanks,
the motorhome.
Gavin
Go burn
Newsom.
more.
Yeah. I ran that motorhome down to vapors, just trying to squeeze as much free or cheap fuel in there.
When I was in Montana last week, it was gasoline was $2.65.
Oh,
He sends me a picture message from the gas station just to piss me off.
Yeah.
Like, hey, check this out. It's $2.65. I don't want to see that right now.
And it's like it's always cheap in places where you could not get it into your boat.
Yeah, exactly.
We put Pernard out of business. We'd be printing money over there.
Bob in Orange County says, "Hey, good morning, guys. Very cool, interesting show. I own a La Paz 31 cruiser. It's down at Palmas de Cortez. Have you ever put a Seakeeper or Seakeeper ride system in one of those boats? And if I decide to install one, do you have someone in the East Cape area that can do that? At times, the Sea of Cortez can be a little bumpy. I've experienced that before."
So Mexico Stabilizers, Javier is based in La Paz. They handle all of Mexico.
Okay.
That's who I would go to, but they do a really good job. So I would talk to them.
Yeah, Mexico Stabilizers. It's
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
So their home base is in La Paz,
Uh-huh.
so they're close to the
Yeah.
East Cape, but they
Nice.
do handle all of Mexico. If your boat's down there, that's who you should talk to. And we have not done that specific boat, but if you're up here in Orange
31
County,
footer?
yeah, I mean we've done things similar to that.
Can you put a ride system on a 31?
Yes, you
footer?
can. Yeah,
can.
we'd have to check the transom out. But the best way to check that out is come do a demo with us. We have demo boats in Long Beach, Newport, Dana Point, Mission Bay, and San Diego. So if you're that's really the way to do it. Just hit us up and we'll get you out on the water. And they kind of fortunately they kind of sell themselves at that point. So
be careful.
we'll take our time and take you out on a demo because it's going to make a difference. You'll like it. You'll love it.
Do not do that demo ride if you're not ready to buy
Yeah,
it.
if you're not ready.
You will either sign on the dotted line the second you step off that boat, or you are going to then hate your boat until you do decide.
Well,
do not
please-
do that demo until you're ready because you will buy it. They are
Please
that
bring your
good.
wife because
Yeah,
that'll sell it for sure.
Exactly.
Those are our best salespeople. So bring the whole family along.
So if you do have like a 31-foot inboard diesel cruiser, you can put the ride system on that.
Yep. Yeah. All we're looking for is that they do everything in miles per hour, but 18 miles per hour cruise.
18,
I'd like to
goes
see
18.
20, 22.
Okay.
That would be ideal.
That would be the difference.
Correct. Yeah. If you're under that, it'll still work. I mean, we got a lot of guys that are using for the trolling for the tuna. If you're 10, 12 knots, it's still stabilizing, but obviously like anything, any kind of trim tab system, the more water you put past it, the better. So
It seems like that's everything from Seakeeper. It seems that way, like because I know you talked about earlier that they want to see an 80% reduction in roll before they'll even put it on there. Well, 60% is still really
Insane.
damn good,
Yeah.
and
Really
it
good.
seems like the ride is that same thing. Like they don't want to put it on unless it's this much because then it shows how crazy drastic it is. But I'm sure even at a lower speed, it's still a really big deal. But
No,
it just
it
seems like a
helps a
company.
lot.
If you're going to fork over the bucks, they want to make sure that you're really getting everything you pay for.
Yeah, and people ask about efficiency as far as fuel consumption. What we see is yes, you will save some, but you're going to be cruising like 5-6 knots faster than you're used to, just because you're taking the bump out of the ride.
That's a good point.
A lot of times it's not just fuel efficiency; it's speed.
Yeah.
Which offshore fishing not always the biggest deal, but it's nice. You just look down and you're like, oh, I'm going 5-6 knots faster than I typically do. And you just get out to the grounds faster.
My list stops at taking the slap out of the bow. Like I don't care what it does, pro or con. Beyond that, I could lose fuel mileage if you're going to take that away. I'd sign me up. Like that just sounds great.
No, that sounds good. But if the ride system won't work, certainly a Seakeeper would work on a 31-foot
Yes.
boat like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And make a big difference. For
I mean-
example, like Vaquera, Chris's boat down at East Cape Smokies, that's got the Seakeeper in it, and it's a game changer. And yes, the Sea of Cortez does get rough.
It does.
Yes.
That's for sure. Hey, I got a question for you guys. Who's going to be the first sport boat to put a Seakeeper on it? I don't know why it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
Put a sport. I mean, dude, charge $30 extra.
Oh my God.
40,
Yeah.
whatever it is. Like,
unbelievable.
could you imagine?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
we'd love
how-
to talk
how-
to somebody about it.
But technically, Chris, how many, like you want to put a Seakeeper on the Royal Star, you'd probably need multiple units, right?
Not necessarily. I mean, that all goes off just tonnage, right?
Yeah.
That's more important on that. Then the ride system goes off length of the boat more than anything.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, you can do multiple systems. We'd have to just spec it out, but they make a Seakeeper 40 now.
Seakeeper 40?
Yeah, they're that's what's going in the big like 80-foot Vikings.
Really?
So you could do 2 smaller units. I mean, the good thing about a Seakeeper gyro is you can stack them. So if your boat doesn't have one big space, you might have room for 2 of them.
Wow.
2 smaller units under a bed or
Yeah.
just kind of anywhere. So but yeah, have them call us and we'll go take a look at it and see what they need.
I would love to
That'd
do
be
a sport.
so
I think
cool.
it would be the best advertising you could ever ask for,
Yeah.
especially on some of these older, more rolly boats.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like it would change everything. And
Yeah.
I'm really surprised nobody has done it yet. I mean, think on an overnight trip, you could literally charge 30, 40, $50 more if the boat doesn't rock.
Yeah.
You know?
What about maintenance, though? I mean, those boats are running 724. Is that an issue?
No, it's not that, there's work boats that have them that have 30,000 hours on them. They
Wow.
call service life about 10,000 hours. So, same as a Maine or a Jenny. You just take care of it. The more you run them, the better, like anything in the marine, environment. So no, I wouldn't see that as an issue at all. And a benefit of having, a multi-unit system, if one's down, you're still getting stabilized. I mean, it might not be, the 80% or 90%, but you're still going to have it. So.
And you think about like a lot of these yachts and yacht fishes. I mean, they're traveling for 10, 12, 14 days. It never turn. We don't turn it off on Killer
No.
B. If the anchor goes down, it's super nice. I might just give it a break, but otherwise it's just 24/7, 365.
Just
Yeah.
running it. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's cool. Hey, it's time to talk about eating. One of my favorite subject, I can tell you that for sure. And one of the best places to go get some great foods is Charlie's Landing right there at C4 Sport Fishing in Mission Bay. And they're open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like if you're looking for a place to go to breakfast right now, beautiful sunny day, go down on the water, have great breakfast burrito or some of their other great items that they have breakfast. It's a fabulous location.
Yeah, and the atmosphere outside of C4 Sport Fishing, you're seeing all the boats coming and going, and it's a great place to go do it. And if you're not wanting to go somewhere, man, you can call it in ahead. They'll make anything to go. You can pick it up on your skiff if you're out fishing. They just do so many, such a killer spot, and built with the fisherman in mind.
Yeah, if you're on your way out Mission Bay and you go, oh, geez, I forgot to get lunch or I forgot to get breakfast, just call Charlie's Landing. They'll have it ready by the time you pull up to the Seaport dock, run up there, grab it, and you're back out on the water. They have incredible dishes. The smash burger, of course, is the most popular. Unbelievable there. They have great fish and chips. They have fish tacos, shrimp tacos, and you get those both grilled and fried, which is pretty amazing. And they have fantastic sandwiches. They do catering. So if you're booking a trip and you're going to go out on a charter out of Seaforth, just call ahead. They'll do full catering for you. Have it ready to pick up and take it out on the boat.
I still think my favorite is if you're holding a ticket to go on any boat at Seaforth, fishing or whale watching, once you buy your first entree, the first beer is just $1.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
So check that out. Charlie's Landing right there at C4 Sport Fishing in Mission Bay. Now, you have a great text. All right?
Yeah, I definitely do. It was good morning, guys. I just want to thank you again for yesterday's show with Tim and Duke. I was looking for a 4-day trip, and I actually booked that 4-day yesterday on the Royal Star. My question today, however, is for Ollie and Chris. I'm wondering if you can install the ride system on a 21-foot-6 Triumph. My boat has bow slap. It's exactly what you guys are talking about. Can a system be installed on a boat this small? That's from Gene in Long Beach.
Quick answer is yes. We've done boats down to 17 feet. So a 21, it's actually on the lower side of what the small system is, the Ride 450. So you're going to get a lot of stability out of that. It's going to control the pitch and the roll significantly. But yeah, give us a call, get out on a demo, check it out, and you'll be sold. It'd be a great addition to that boat.
My boat partner Neil had one of those boats before we bought our Parker, and man, again, give yourself that boat not just slapping as you're driving. I mean, I can't imagine how nice it would be on that.
No, it'll run like a 25, 26 foot boat.
So rad. So cool.
What would a 25-foot boat run like?
Like a 30.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Get your wallet out, Pete.
Yeah, I know. It's inevitable. I'm gonna have to. Let's go ahead and jump back on the phones. You want to get through? Jeff standing by at the fan, 833-288-0973.
John and Escondido's up next on Let's Talk Hookup. What's up, John? Good morning.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen. What a great show. So just a comment and a question. My comment is, yesterday on that show, I never know that Duke is 21 years old, right? The kid spoke really well and wasn't shy about the mic and was very informative. And then my question is, so I don't have a boat, so fish dope doesn't do me a whole lot of good, but the waypoint thing, like if I was up at Queen Charlotte fishing, you know, like I could take a look and see what was going on. Is that something that would I would get use out of? And even when I'm out on my long range trips with internet access, using it there.
Yeah, I mean, so Fish Dope basically covers from Point Conception, which is, you know, the elbow of California, all the way down to San Quintin. So when you're fishing in those waters, we will pretty much keep you dialed in the whole time. Now, above and beyond that, no, like way down south, we don't have coverage for, way up north. So it would just really depend on, you know, what percentage of your time is there. And I can tell you, we have a lot of members that don't even own a boat.
Right.
They just
a
want
ton of members.
Just want to stay on top of what's going on. Or maybe, you know, you fish with another guy and that's what you're bringing to the equation.
Yeah.
Breakfast burritos and some Fish Dope info or,
Right.
you know, whatever. But yeah, no, there's a lot of guys because like you can sit there and listen to the VHF radio from your desk while you work.
Yeah.
And hear what's going on out there. Or actually, I don't know if we still have that feature. I might have jumped myself there, but it will keep you informed with what's going on up and down the coast with, you know, it takes you 5 minutes to get through all that data.
No, there's I would say probably good half your members probably don't even own a boat.
I don't know what the number is,
Yeah.
but like at first we were like, whoa, this is crazy. These guys don't own a boat and they still want to buy it. But then
Well, you want to know what's going on.
and
Definitely
you-
get more invites to go fishing that way.
Yeah.
Be the
And you
friend
want to
of Fish
know
Dope.
wanna
Call your
know
buddy
when
with
to
a
go.
boat and say, "Hey, man, they're biting. Let's go." How
Yep.
do you know they're biting? Well, I'm at Fish Dope. Right?
Yeah, no, it's been wild. I didn't see that one coming at all, but there are a lot of people that have it.
And just all the other little stuff that the guys are just always on, whether it be a closure, like you said, the constant bait info, weather issues, you know, like all the time you'll see Danny or somebody put something up on there, you know, hey, we got storm coming in next week. And like all of that stuff goes into your planning, or again, just keeping tabs on things. Like that's why I look at Fish Dope all the time, just to keep you fresh on what happened that day. I might be going fishing next Thursday, but I want to know what's happening today and all the days leading up to it.
Right.
Yeah, same here. And you get to see the trends and all that, which one of the things I like early in
time.
the season. You see those fish march right up along a temperature break, and they'll kind of make it all the way from below the border up to San Clemente, and it gives you a good idea where they're going to be the next day or the next day.
You mentioned earlier to the caller about trying to decide whether you're going to be trolling a spreader bar or a Mad Mac or the kite. Like you'll get all of those reports, and you'll, you know, 4 or 5 guys in a row. I'll caught those things on spreader bars. At least that all of that filters into your game plan when you're on the water.
Gives you a great place to start.
Totally.
For sure, yeah. Here's a question for Chris here. It's from Cliff in Blossom Valley. He says, excellent show. The guys that just returned from La Paz, I thought it was always windy this time of the year. Realistically, how often do you think you get out on the water on a private boat out of La Paz in March?
So follow the Santa Anas. That's the trick that we always used. You know,
Like after a Santa Ana.
So Santa Ana starts blowing. It's going to start blowing in the north end of the Gulf, and then give it about 3 days to get down to La Paz. So when the Santa Ana starts San Diego, you'll be calm for about 3 days. Wind starts blowing out of the north, and then when it shuts down, you know, Southern California, give it 3 days, and it'll shut down there. So that cycle is it's directly related to what's going on with Santa Ana up north. So it really depends on the season, I guess, on the year.
So when it's blowing Santa Ana up here, it's blowing down
It's
there.
going to blow down there. Give it a 2-3 day delay, and it'll start blowing on the pause. That's what we always watch. You know, growing up down there, we had the sport fishing business, pre kind of all the internet forecasting. Watch Santa Anas, you know, literally.
Yeah.
So it really depends on the year. You know, I guess is the best answer. But you're gonna get 3-4 days of blow, and then you'll get 7 days of calm weather. But I know guys that plan we did it. We canceled the trip last month. You know, just watch that weather, and you can forecast it out a couple weeks, and then plan your trip around that.
We have a big storm coming here tomorrow for 3 days. How does that affect the all the way down the near La Paz?
It should be calm down there, although you do get the tail end of some of these big Pacific Northwest storms down there. You'll get some rain. We had rain. We had thunder and lightning on this last trip.
Wow.
It was north of us, But they did get hail like over like Mag Bay area. So
Amazing.
so you will get the tail end of some of these, but for the most part, watch the Santa Anas in the winter. That
That's the
drives
biggest
everything.
thing.
Yep.
And then what about, how does it differ from, say, off of LA Bay, the northern part of Sea Cortez versus La Paz? Totally different.
They're
weather
just going to
systems?
get it before you get it down on La Paz.
Okay, it's
right.
just
So
continuous
it's gonna, it blows down the whole Gulf. It ends up being worse down south because it's built up that the waves and everything. Right.
okay.
You're actually getting some wave buildup by the time it gets down there.
Interesting. Yeah. And then when's the best time to go?
For
For weather.
For weather-wise, probably after June. I mean, that's kind of when that comes down. Although in La Paz, you get what they call a Cornwall wind, which is a west wind. It'll blow at night. So private boating, if you're out, staying at the island stuff, you got to watch that. It will get nasty. But it's only a nighttime thing. It calms down during the day. But I would say, summertime starts to get hot. But if you just want no wind, summertime.
Yeah. Summertime. If you like it hot.
Yep.
Really hot.
Gotta like it hot. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, speaking of fishdope.com and keeping up with everything, it's time for our fishdope.com report by the Angler's Realtor, Yosef Husseini, which it's always, every time Ollie's in here, we're used to having Yosef along too. So it's going to be fun. And today that catch report sponsored part by the Fish Pros Fisherman's Processing in San Diego, where you get the premier processing experience. Check out the easier online system to book your processing orders for your long range trips. With more team members, Fisherman's Processing stays far ahead of the rest. They have more same-day capacity, the finest in customer service. You can stop by their location in Old Town on Taylor Street or check fishermansprocessing.com and be sure you make that reservation today. We got him on the line. What's up, Yosef?
Not too much, guys. How we doing this morning?
Great, buddy. Good morning.
Great. Good morning.
Good morning. So we're start up north in Santa Barbara Island. There are some small schoolie-sized sea bass up there caught around Shag Rock on Sardine in the past couple of weeks. Santa Monica Bay, the wintertime fishing for bass, sculpin, and whitefish has been pretty good. There have been some bigger tankers, like 50 to 70 pound sea bass, caught around Big Kelp Reef and off of Paradise Cove. They're few and far between, but there have been some big fish caught, so hopefully that gets better. Artificial reefs up there have been producing steady calico and sand bass, still some big grumpies from the 4 to 8 pound range. Been doing pretty good up there. Off of Long Beach, warm weather's keeping the calico bite really good. There's big schools of anchovies outside the PV Coast and outside the Horseshoe. Keep an eye out for surface activity and run up on them and fish them in the schools of anchovies. Iser's Reef's been pretty good for sculpin as well, and there's been some pretty decent halibut fishing up that way. Whitefish and sculpin are biting well in the 150 and the Santa Ana River pipe. Catalina's a little slow. There's some decent halibut fishing, 10 to 50 feet of water. Front side still has a little bit of bonito hanging around, the smaller 1 to 2 pounders up closer to the beach. There are some schools of the bigger 4 to 7 pounders around. Still, guys are getting them on rapalas and feathers. La Jolla's still been pretty good. The bonito bite's been up and down, not like it was, but there were some decent scores on Tuesday. The new Seaforth had 40 bones with some yellowtail mixed in as well. Yellowtail haven't been popping up too much and doing their thing, but they're still showing up in the counts here and there. IB, the pipe's starting to go for bass and sculpin. Knocker rigs work really well with fresh dead. Halibut also in the area, just off the pipe. Colonet down south, there has been a small sample of some 20-pound class yellowtail and some bigger bonita. Not full speed yet, but it's getting there. Not a lot of boats going down there right now, so we don't have too much reporting there. That's the report for today.
So, that's of course all the good stuff from fishdope.com. $30 off a new membership to fishdope.com using the code hookup now, lowercase, no space, hookup now, your $30 code. One side note, my wife Lolly last night made beef short ribs with nature-fed beef, your nature-fed beef there, Yosef, last night with a port wine reduction. Oh my God. It was like garlic mashed potatoes. That nature-fed beef is just the flavor in that stuff. It's beyond anything I've had. It's just amazing.
I'm glad you guys like it. Yeah, we love it. Short ribs is probably my favorite out of that. All those things in those packs, you know.
Yeah, that's the first time I've eaten the short ribs out of there, and it's
that's the
they're
one.
Really good. They're
cool.
really good. And what's going on in real estate game?
Man, it is going. I still really haven't had a day off in about 5 weeks now.
Ooh.
But we're taking listings, putting them up. I had one last week in Vista go 120,000 over.
Wow, good for you. That's awesome news.
It's moving. Yeah.
Yeah. What's causing all that? Just shortage?
No, the interest rate's coming down.
Uh-huh.
We can get you in below 6% now. Like people out there, if you're looking to refi, and you've got something 6.5 plus, now's the time. It's going to sit at this rate, I think, for a little bit. So, might as well save the money per month, refi that thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's starting to go, man. A lot of buyers that have been sitting on the curb the past 3 years because rates were over 7% are really coming into market now and getting aggressive. It's going to be a normal San Diego market here soon.
All right. Well, if we want more information for the best real estate agent around, how do we find Joseph?
You can get me on my cell phone, 619-277-2169. You can search homes on my website, sportsmansrealty.com. And if you're looking for a home evaluation, you can go to SoCal Home Eval for a no-hassle evaluation.
There it is. Appreciate it, brother. Great job as always. We'll look forward to talking to you next Sunday.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
Thanks, Joseph. Appreciate that very much. That's going to wrap up our catch report today. Been a very busy morning on the phones. If you want to get through, still a shot till you get to talk to Ollie, talk to Chris, and maybe win those brand new pair of Costas. That's 833-288-0973. And when we come back, we're going to be taking your phone calls. Lots of great info coming your way. You stay tuned. It's Let's Talk Hookup, Southern California's sport fishing voice. This is on the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook and YouTube Live, and 97.3 The Fan. One rod has set the standard for serious saltwater anglers worldwide, and that's CalStar. From the rugged dependability of the West Coast Series, the lightweight strength of the Graphiter, or the performance of the GG Series, all CalStar rods are handmade right here in Southern California of the finest materials and craftsmanship. Check out the new CalStar models now available, as well as upgrades to the classic rods that you know and love. If you want your tackle to be state-of-the-art tools to get the job done right, it's CalStar at Fine Tackle Dealers.
Experience the magic of Haida Gwaii Islands, British Columbia, Canada, at Haida Gwaii Safaris, formerly Queen Charlotte Safaris. Hi, I'm Valerie Hopridge. 25 years ago, I fell in love with these incredible islands, breathtaking scenery and wildlife, warm community, and truly phenomenal fishing. That passion inspired me to open my own fishing lodge. Just steps away from the Sandspit Harbor at Haida Gwaii Safaris, you will be fishing pristine, unpressured waters for Chinook salmon, halibut, John lean cod, and more. Plus, be surrounded by untouched beauty and wildlife. All of us at Haida Gwaii Safaris have exciting news. We now have our own charter flight to and from Sandspit out of Vancouver, making your trip easier than ever. We pride ourselves on creating unforgettable adventures that turn the first-time guests into longtime friends. You will come for the fishing and you'll come back for the memories. We are booking now. Please call 1-877-815-2892 or visit us at qcsafaris.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Haida Gwaii Safaris, where unforgettable memories are made one catch at a time.
Are you ready for reliability? Then you're ready for a Yamaha outboard. And there's no better time to jump on board than during our Ready for Reliability sales event. From now until March 31st, 2026, eligible new Yamaha 30 to 450 horsepower outboards get 2 additional years of warranty protection for a total of up to 7 years of warranty coverage. Plus, Yamaha 2.5 to 25 horsepower outboards come with up to $200 in dealer credit. Get ready to enjoy Yamaha reliability with a new outboard today. Visit your local Yamaha dealer for details. Yamaha, reliability starts here. Offer ends March 31st, 2026, subject to change. Other restrictions and conditions apply. Select models excluded. 24-month Yamaha extended service added to 36 or 60-month factory limited warranty. Choice offered to Florida residents is a 24-month Yamaha limited warranty. See authorized participating Yamaha outboard dealers for details. Cannot be used with any other Yamaha offer.
The PCS show is coming, and we will have our best booth ever. Hi, this is Doug Kern from Fisherman's Landing Tackle. Check us out in the wildly popular saltwater building at the PCS show in Costa Mesa. We will have exclusive products and promotions available only from us. Everything at the Fisherman's Landing tackle booth will be on sale with a ton of high-quality saltwater products that no one else at the show will have. For saltwater tackle at the PCS show, your best stop is the Fisherman's Landing tackle booth.
The state-of-the-art long-range sport fishing vessel, the Independence, delivers the top quality, comfort, and fishability you look for in a long-range boat. Veteran captains Mark Pisano and Paul Strasser built this incredible 112-foot vessel with the most modern technology and luxurious comfort available. Once you go on the Independence, you'll be back. Call Independence Sports Fishing at 619-226-6006 or check independencesportfishing.com.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Having a great time here this morning, talking Seakeeper Ride, talking fishing, just having a great time doing it. Again, if you want to get your shot to get through, it's 833-288-0973.
Now we got Chris and Ollie in a headlock.
A little PCS.
Ricky took on
squeeze.
Chris. I got Ollie. But we got him to cough up a pretty good deal.
No
for
doubt,
our Let's Talk
dude.
Hookup listeners on the Seakeeper Ride system. Chris, tell us about it.
So we're gonna do calls up by a ride system. Mention Let's Talk Let's Talk Hookup, and we'll give you a free keypad. It's a ride keypad. It makes it so you can fill the hole in your dash if you already have a normal trim tab system. We recommend that anyway. If you ever lose, for whatever reason your MFD, you can still run the system manually off that keypad.
So you can run it off the keypad or on your screen on your
Correct.
fish finder.
Yes, you can run off your MFD, but it's nice. Like you're running around, like Ollie was talking about earlier. You can add basically it's like adding gain to the system. You're still in full auto, and for me, it's just easier to do it on a keypad than trying to hit your screen while you're running offshore.
For sure. Yeah.
It's for sure something I plan to add on my rig. But you said it best. Like I've already got the hole in my dash from our previous trim tabs. Why would you not just put a switch to fill it?
And it is designed exactly
I'm
to
sure
fit
it is.
right in that hole. So it covers it. There was no mistake there.
Yeah, that's cool.
Covers the hole. And then it is nicer because you don't really need to pull it up on your screen. There's not a whole lot. Like I don't even think about it. It just comes on when the boat comes on.
Yeah.
But if you need a little bit more bow down or whatever, you've got it right there on the dash.
But that's normally $300.
Yeah, that's a big
you're
deal,
giving,
dude.
You're
That's
giving
cool.
that to our listeners.
Yeah, let's do it.
I love it.
Do it. Wow, that's a pretty good deal. So if somebody has let's say somebody has a 23 Parker, shall we say, and they want to put a ride system. What's the actual cost of that?
You're about $8,400
All in.
Yeah.
And plus you get the $300 pad.
Correct.
For free.
Yeah, and you get it's a 2-year limited warranty on that. All parts are covered, so they back it up. But it's for the money. I don't know what else you could put on a boat like that, short of new power. If you just needed a new engine,
Yeah.
But it'll make it run like a new boat, and that's actually the guys we get that have owned their boat for 20 years and put the ride system on and then go out with us, just watching their face. It's like they just bought a brand new boat. Like they don't even know what boat they're on anymore.
84 full all in, out the door.
Yep.
Full in.
And the other thing too, like that's good for pretty much any smaller boat under about 26 feet, something like that.
So,
that
25 Parker, they work on that.
25 Parker, any of that stuff. The only gotcha with the ride system is if your boat has factory trim tab pockets. And
Right. Like
if you're
my
not
Starker
sure, exactly, look at a picture of the stern.
Yeah.
And if your trim tabs are recessed up into a hole, we have to fill in that hole.
Right.
And it's not a big deal. It's just labor, but there is some glass work involved. It's probably 1 out of 3 boats or 1 out of 4 boats.
But now you have pockets you just insert, right?
For certain models, yeah.
Yeah.
So Seakeeper Ride is actually making that. It's a kit that goes, and all Grady Whites are in there. Several of the big boat builders, are covered, and we can look that up. And if we can fit that in, awesome.
Yeah.
And
how much extra is that usually? If
it's about $1,000 for the kit.
For the kit, for the pocket.
Which includes installation on
That
that.
doesn't seem bad.
No, it's a really good deal. And it saves a lot of time on the install. That's one thing. We have really good glass guys, paint guys that work with us. We can get it done, relatively quickly, but obviously just slapping those kits in is a lot faster.
Yeah.
It really depends. There's some Parkers that have that inset tab and some don't. So get a look at your transom. That's one of the first things we ask for is a picture of the boat. That'll help us get, really close. We can get an estimate done, to kind of dead nuts on that.
And if you're not sure, send us a picture and we can tell you in 2 seconds.
And the difference in that is that, like to put a regular Seakeeper in, you're looking for a smaller boat, $20,000 to $30,000, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is under $8-9 grand. You're in with a whole system that's going to
and you'll
make your
come out
life
with
better.
a brand new boat. I mean,
changes.
We could talk about it all day long, but until you experience it, it'll blow your freaking mind. I mean, we can put you in touch with guys we've already installed, systems for. You can talk to them direct. Don't listen to us. And if you're out of the area, don't have to buy it from us. It's a great product. It really does change boating for you. And man, once you have it, there's no going back.
Yeah.
The other thing too, the longevity sure seems to be there too. I mean, there's boats that now, we're going on, 2-3 years and guys that run all the time and just no issues at all. It seems like it's a pretty darn bulletproof product.
Maintenance on that's super easy. It has zincs on the actual unit, and it's bonded into the boat system. So boats that live in the water like yours, no problem.
It's not an issue.
We bottom paint them. We can sand them, prep them, bottom paint them. Just have the diver wipe them off, really, and you can change those zincs in the water. We get that question a lot.
What's the material they're made out of?
It's a composite. It does have glass in it, so it's very sturdy. They're very light though, and then you get up to the bigger systems, and they're all aluminum.
So it does need bottom paint if it's living in the water.
Yeah, you should bottom paint it. But it's just a quick wipe down. It's not a big deal. It doesn't affect much. A lot of people look at them, they get kind of scared about that. But the blade itself is kind of self-wiping, so the area that's actually coming down, because it rotates down, like the bottom end of an airplane wing. So it's a cup, and when that comes down, it'll self-clean. So any barnacles, anything like that, their inside system will just get wiped free.
Oh, wow. Cool. Hey, Mike in Torrance has an interesting question. So, good morning, fellow anglers. Love Fish Dope. Thank you. Let's talk hookup. Both make me and my friends better anglers and stay dialed in. Keep your heads on and keep your game on. You are very relevant, listening from the start. And that's a nice comment. From,
awesome, man.
Mike
Thank
there.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Fish Dope is the bomb for sure.
Mine was kind of a fish dopey one too. It says, good morning, guys. Great show. Really looking forward to picking up the BD shirts at PCS show. For Fish Dope, is there a tutorial section or a video somewhere that gives instructions how to use some more information on Fish Dope? I use it all the time, but I get caught just looking at the Fish Dope hotspot icons and not really utilizing any of the other tools. And that's a good point, because Fish Dope is a whole lot more than just the chart with a little fish that says a fish got here yesterday. In addition to that, Farali wants to know if you're providing a guide service at all on other people's boats in addition to the Brass Monkey. That's all from DJ in San Diego.
Hey DJ, thanks for the kind words. Yeah, so if you go on the forums on Fish Dope on the site, we have private forums there just for Fish Dope members, and you can search those and get about any answer to any question you may have. You can also ask questions, and Danny and the guys will get on there and tell you what's going on or try to help solve your problem. So yeah, we're very, very proactive in teaching people how to use it. And we've also, if you follow Sapfish's social media, we're putting out a video series there that tells you really how to read the water and do all that. And I think the first one just came out a couple weeks ago. So there is a good amount of information out there. And I forgot what the second question was.
Guide service.
Oh, yeah.
Your boat versus his own boat.
Yeah, I do a good bit of that during the season. I like getting out, meet new people, and teaching has been something that I had no idea that I would enjoy so much. But I've got tons of guys that we've taken from never owned a boat, never docked a boat, need to gear up, help building boats. I help a lot of guys with that, and I can kind of, building a new boat. You don't want to forget anything and take some anxiety out of that. You help
them stay off a qualified captain.
Yeah, I try to. We try to as much as possible. Dude, that is literally my worst nightmare. Just one time screwing up and appearing on qualified captain would be the worst. And I'm on there roasting all those guys every chance I get to, so it would not work well. But yeah, no, happy to come, if it's getting your boat dialed in, if it's teaching you how to catch more fish, if it's, you want to learn how to find your own rockfish spots or fly the kite or whatever. I love doing that stuff. Cool. And as satisfying it is day of, it's really cool all season long. Man, we got another one. Or, oh, should we use this info? This trick you taught us got us a big bluefin or what? I love that stuff. Rad. Yeah, it's the teaching is really something I enjoy doing. I love putting out those videos, and man, I get so much good feedback, not just from anglers, but other captains, and to keep doing what you're doing. And I love it. It's a lot of fun. Satisfying.
How does one get a hold of you if you want to do that?
If you want to do just Instagram's probably the easiest way. I'm at there. I'm at BDOALI or ALI at BDOutdoors.com. I'm not too hard to find. Yeah. So you shoot me a message or whatever, and we can get you dialed in and hopefully cut that learning curve for you.
Yeah. So Danny from Fish Dope is listening. He says, tell Ali thanks for the kind words.
Dude, those guys do the yeoman's job, man.
All right.
I
Hey,
really appreciate them, so I don't have to do
Oh,
their
yeah.
job.
if you want to talk about some guys that have your back, it's
Yeah.
that Fish Dope boy.
Hey, and you know what? I got a little editorial comment. You know, when Mark Wish took a couple days off on his Saturday report, Danny was so afraid to fill in for Mark. He did a
He crushed
fantastic
it.
job.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, he
was
did.
Awesome. He's
Awesome.
really great. So, Danny, anytime you want to fill in and Mark's not on the show, you're the man.
I feel like Mark's probably earned a day off at this point. 72 years in county.
Yeah, he's been doing this for 34 years.
Ever.
Yeah.
Might have to have Danny do the Marcos Seaforth report
There you
here.
go. Yeah.
We don't get that straightened out.
Well,
Hey,
I
know you did. I was just ribbing.
Marcos will be back.
Hey, we got let's jump back into the phones, man. From very patient callers. Chuck from Long Beach, you're up next on Let's Talk Hookup. Chuck, thanks for hanging in there with us.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. So, Ollie, Fish Dope has been around now for almost 15 years, and with all the data you guys have compiled, have you guys ever looked at like crushing through that to answer things like, yeah, bluefin do bite better on a new moon, a full moon, different tides, that kind of thing? And has like the Fish and Wildlife ever come to you guys for any data on some of this stuff?
So yeah, we have definitely thought about that because there is a lot of history that we have, and it's all there cataloged. We talked about this, I want to say about 6 months or a year ago. And when we were sitting around talking about it, we were like, man, you know what? This would be the perfect application for AI. Just, you write a script and tell it to go through and sort out all the data and compile it and give me a chart that corresponds to whatever, moon phase, I think that would be really cool. And we talked about doing the same thing with the sport boat counts. I mean, you can see those things go up. You can almost look at sport boat counts like they're a graph, right? Like how many bonita were caught, how many bass were caught. I think in the near future, yeah, we are going to be able to do something with that data. How you would ever do it by hand or try to compile it otherwise, I think would be impossible. But that's definitely something that we've talked about. And let's get through this next round or this last round of programming changes that were supposed to be done in June, and we can start looking at new stuff. That was last June.
That's
Jeff.
cool though.
That was last June stuff. All right. Hey, thanks a lot for the call this morning. That does 3 up 833-288-0973. Still a chance to get 3. Have a good text.
I thought it was perfect for Chris and Ali. He says, with the experienced group of destination anglers you guys have in there, I wanted to know what your favorite way to bring back processed fish on an airplane. I'm sure Chris and Ali have done plenty of it. Is it collapsible cooler bags, insulated bags, hard ice, gel ice, frozen fish, etc.? What's the best path? That's from Rick in Chula Vista.
Well, we just dealt with this where Chris ended up giving away a bag of fish the other day. Maybe he could tell you.
Walking around the airport with a bag of fish trying to get rid of it. I would say probably either if you're going to take a cooler with you, put your bag in it on the way down. So you save a piece of luggage. And then that makes a good place to carry reels and all your tackle and everything. And then if not, just buy a cheap cooler when you get down there. And then throw all your dirty clothes on top of the fish. That's, to insulate it, keep it cold, and, run some duct tape on it or something. There hadn't been any issues at the airport.
50 pounds.
Well,
right?
other than Ollie trying to take too much Wahoo home. But I had to leave some underwear at the airport too. That was a little strange. But no, I think either travel with, try to get a lighter cooler though. Like, the Yeti bags are really nice for that.
Yeah.
Just some of the coolers they get, the cooler.
Yeah, you don't want to take like a Yeti cooler because that's gonna be half your weight, right?
Yeah, the bags. I mean, that's usually what we do, and we're carrying dead deer a lot too. Around the country or whatever, and pheasants and stuff. So that Yeti bag is really hard to beat. The purse shaped one or whatever, and when you stuff that thing, so you got to sit on it to close it. You're like 45 pounds. So it's almost as much as you can really take with you. And the bag doesn't weigh a lot to start with, but make sure whatever you're bringing is frozen. And in the US, we found this out this weekend. Like I bring deer all the time that's kind of squishy or whatever, because we killed it the night before. You're totally fine carrying that on. But Valaris would not let us carry on rock solid frozen fish. We had to check it. So I had to buy a bag. It was not cheap, let me tell you.
The thing about those Yetis too, that bag, like you just that's somewhere where it is worth spending the money on a soft side cooler because those ones are 100% leak water drip proof. And there are a lot of other ones that aren't. You
And
know,
we
like
beat them. I mean, like rented mules, and they don't break or leak.
You can make your call on whether Yeti's worth the money or not, or this cooler I love. Like, and I'm sure there's other ones that are great too, but there's one thing about that thing that is worth spending the dough on, and it is like a soft bag. They are 100% water is not going to drip out of that at all.
Yep.
And not everything else is made that way.
Another tip for those bags, and it's not just for the Yetis, but we do it, is the like Yeti ice blocks, you know, the frozen ice thing. If you put like, I'm talking about like whatever, going to the desert, right? And I've got one on the back of my sand car. It's like, if you put that ice block in there, the ice doesn't last twice as long. It lasts like 5 times as long. I don't understand how it works. It takes all your ice and just turns it into a big old clump. And wherever your drinks or your beers were, they're directly touching, but there's ice built up all around them. Dude, you can keep drinks in the desert like for 3 days without having to even change the ice in that thing.
I don't even know what that is. What
It's
is
just
that?
you know, like the frozen ice block things like you could buy at Target or whatever. Well,
Like
Yeti
the
makes their
blue-
own blue.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's any better.
Yeah,
than
I
Yeti.
got
Put it in the freezer. It freezes.
Put it in the freezer. Yeah. So like in our RV, we have one in the freezer and one in the car all the time, and we just rotate them out. So like, you know, we go to pack for the next day, we put another one in.
And they last longer than just regular blue ice.
I don't know if the Yeti one's better than the blue ice or whatever, but
you know it works.
I know the Yeti one works. We do it all the time. Even going to like a sunny day in a ball game or something, like it will absolutely make your ice triple 4 times as long. I don't
If you
know.
get chipped ice, you shove one in there and it'll freeze the whole. It'll just be one big block of ice.
Yeah, it just turns
makes
it
ice
like into
colder.
one big block of ice.
Cool.
I don't know how it works. I
Yeah.
wouldn't pretend to, and you can even like if you're in a pinch, you can just put one of those things in the bottom of your like little square Yeti, you know, the hoppers, and it'll keep your drinks cold all day.
That's legit.
It's really a cool tip. Save you ice money for sure.
Yeah. Well, unless you're going to Summit Gasoline, you get the ice for half the price.
£100
Summit
ice for
Gasoline.
free, baby.
Yeah.
That is the best deal in town.
Yeah. Jeff from Torrance wants to know, where do you mount a Seakeeper on a 24-foot skipjack flybridge?
Skipjack flybridge. So I've seen them in the entryway into the cabin, like down below the steps. That's kind of the main spot that I've seen on that. It really depends on the setup of the boat. You know, the guys have started to put outboards on some of those that frees up a lot of space in the stern. That's an option. You know, depending on what the fish box layout is. Some of those boats, we really need to go look at the boat. But I know for several of those, it's just inside the cabin door.
Seakeeper 1 on that?
Yeah.
Probably.
Seakeeper
And that one is so small.
It's so small.
tiny.
I mean, it's I don't know what like to compare it to, but it is not.
Even in the case, it's really small.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Anywhere, and you know those skipjacks, you've got like the dinette, and people pull the fridge out, and you put something in there. You get a lot of options.
Now, can you put the ride system on a skipjack? Have you done that?
Yes, you can. Yeah, we've done several of those.
Done
It helps a lot, especially the smaller flybridge boats that are tippy. And the good thing about ride is you can, normal trim tabs going down swell, you want to have them up so you don't plow the bow. But the ride's so fast and it wants to ride up, it'll just drop one side so you don't get squirrely. You don't surf down waves. Any of the Blackman skipjacks, it helps a ton.
Went through my mind when you
Oh.
started describing
Yeah,
that.
we've sold a couple to Blackman guys, and they're like over the moon with it.
I
Just totally
bet.
changes it because those are great boats.
The
But going
only-
down swell, woo!
Yeah, the only downside of that Blackman skipjack flybridge is exactly that following sea going down, it gets squirrely on you, and that's the only, you take that away, it becomes the perfect little pocket
Yeah, I
ride.
mean, how many times you've been up on that bridge and you're
Seat
looking at
belt.
the water? It almost feels like your face is
Yeah.
going to dip in it. you
Mike,
know?
and speaking of this devil, Mike in Vista says, I have a 26 Blackman Billfisher with 17 knot cruise speed. Is that too slow for this?
No, it's 17 knots, right? So
Yeah.
for whatever reason, Seakeeper works on miles per hour on all their documentation. So 18 miles an hour, 17 knots is perfect. We've done several of those. And like we were saying, it'll work under that. It's just that's where it becomes to be a very efficient system. So 17 knots is perfect.
I dig it. I'll try to sneak this one in. Ollie, you've done so much fishing now on the East Coast due to local knowledge. Do you know if there's any comparison that the East Coast has to our La Nina, El Nino cycles like we do here? Is it more current? What do you draw comparison-wise from your time on the East Coast out west here? That's from Mike.
Yeah, to my knowledge, there is no like weather anomaly that they get like that. The Gulf Stream is what really controls a lot of that offshore fishing over there. And the Gulf Stream is almost like a snake. If you look at it, on a temperature chart, it swings in, it swings out, it gets closer, further, whatever. And that really seems to be the main driving force for those guys over there. And then also, just like anything, the bait migrations are really important. Down in the Gulf, they call them pogies, the Menhaden and the Menhaden running up the coast to like the Northeast and all that. That's what I have seen really drives the bites in those other places. They are not fortunate enough to get the El Ninos like we do. And, like I said, 11 years. I feel like we're overdue.
Yeah.
This could be a lot of fun.
Yeah. It'd be good stuff. Yeah. John in Whittier says, good morning, Carly, Chris, and crew. I'm lucky enough to be getting a new Parker from West Coast Marine and Costa Mesa with a Seakeeper ride system already installed. Can you talk about how it's controlled? I'm used to trim tabs with the rocker switches. Does it integrate into your plotter?
So it integrates in your plotter because it takes speed from your GPS, so it knows when to lower the tab. Well, it will engage at about five miles an hour. So you are picking up GPS information off your NEMA network. It also runs the app via the Ethernet side of the MFD, so you can do all the controls from the screen. It's set it and forget it though. I mean, just put it on auto and drive.
Just put it on. You don't need to touch it.
I mean, you can add a little more, like we were talking about earlier, but
it's pretty much automatic. You don't need to learn. There's no learning curve at all.
You won't think about it.
No learning curve at all.
No, the only time the only time I'll even adjust it is if I'm going into a head scene. I just want more.
Yeah.
But other than that, you don't even think about it. And one of the other things we haven't talked about is like the time to get to plane. It cuts it in half. Yeah. Yeah. It's like it benefits in every. The handling will blow your mind. It feels like it turns like a catamaran. The boat just stays flat and it turns better.
Yeah.
More fuel economy. Eventually, it'll pay for itself. There's so many reasons, and that's why you're seeing like a lot of the OEMs. Yellowfin and Parker and a lot of these guys are now standard equipment. Standard equipment.
I know West Coast Marine installs them there.
They do. Yeah, they do them as well up there. And they
and I know West Coast Marine down here does it.
Good guys. They definitely know what they're doing as well.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Well, as you can hear, a great show going on, and we still got more coming your way, including finding out who's going to win themselves a brand new pair of Costa sunglasses. More with Ollie and Chris when we return. It's Let's Talk Hookup, Southern California sport fishing voice on the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook and YouTube Live, and 97.3 The Fan.
Get ready for the most exciting sports show of the year, the Pacific Coast Sport Fishing Tackle, Boat, and Travel Show, presented by Geico. Now 2 great dates and locations. First, the giant 16th Annual Pacific Coast Sport Fishing Show, March 5th through the 8th at the OC Fair and Event Center in Costa Mesa. Then, the first annual Pacific Coast Sport Fishing Show, San Diego, March 19th to the 22nd at the Del Mar Fairgrounds. Check out hundreds of sport fishing exhibitors, manufacturers, tackle dealers, fishing boats, and fishing resorts, taking up the huge fairgrounds at both locations, plus fantastic seminars and free kids trout pond. Seminars featuring some of the top names in the industry, from catching giant bluefin, swordfish, calico bass, freshwater bass, trout, and more. Take advantage of incredible show specials from major tackle retailers and boat dealers. Talk to the top fishing travel destinations. Thursday, March 5th to Sunday, March 8th at the Orange County Fairgrounds in Costa Mesa, and in San Diego, March 19th to the 22nd at the Del Mar Fairgrounds. Presented by Geico. Check sportfishingfestival.com.
This President's Day, your San Diego County Ford dealers proudly salute you during the Ford President's Day Sell-a-thon. Right now, get limited time deals across Ford's award-winning lineup. The lineup features the versatile Ford Bronco Sport and the rugged Ford Bronco, built for every adventure, the capable Ford Explorer, and even the iconic Ford Mustang. It's your chance to save. Find the perfect Ford SUV designed with the power and utility you need now during the President's Day Sell-a-thon. Everything ends February 16th, so don't wait. Hurry into your local San Diego County Ford dealers today.
A top fleet and superb fishing is what Seaforth Sport Fishing in Mission Bay is all about. With free parking and fully stocked tackle shop, it's no wonder Seaforth Sport Fishing is a favorite among anglers. Come aboard top boats like the Aztec, Cortez, Endeavor, Apollo, Outer Limit, El Gato Dos, Pride, Tribute Pacifica, Pacific Voyager, and the Voyager. Plus, the new Seaforth, Sea-Watch, and San Diego offer the finest half and full day trips available. Seaforth Sport Fishing. For charters or regular open party schedule, check seaforthlanding.com. Run by fishermen for fishermen in Mission Bay.
The reels that Southern California anglers have been waiting for are here. Shimano is proud to introduce the all-new Talica 40A and 50A reels. The Talica series is Shimano's flagship 2-speed lever drag reel. It sits at the very pinnacle of the offshore world. Shimano has increased the fishability of the larger Talica models by reducing rotational resistance at high drag and improving durability in critical positions within the reel. The all-new Talica 40A and 50A now boast Infinity Drive, which employs 2 drag washers housed on the side of the reel, allowing for an ultra-smooth, powerful drag system, while at the same time increasing winding power under a load by as much as 40%. The new Talica is built around a more compact, cold-forged machine aluminum one-piece frame. Plus, there's also a new higher high gear, built with a Southern California angler in mind. The new Telica 40 and 50A are available now at your local Shimano dealer.
Looking for the ultimate Alaska fishing experience and the best value in Alaska? Look no further than Kingfisher Charters in Sitka, Alaska. A trip to Kingfisher includes everything you need to make your experience legendary. The finest fishing fleet in Sitka with the best captains, deluxe accommodations, gourmet food, world-class fish processing, and the best part, it's all included for one amazing price. Kingfisher is Let's Talk Hookup's most popular destination. Hundreds of listeners have experienced Kingfisher Charters, and most go back again and again. You have probably heard a lot of big promises from other Alaska lodges, only to find there were lots of hidden charges. Not Kingfisher. Everything is included. 10-hour fishing days, your license, fish processing, super deluxe accommodations, amazing food, airport transfers, and fishing gear. All you bring is your layer clothing, and Kingfisher covers the rest. Kingfisher Charters, your Alaska fishing destination. 800-727-6136 or check kingfishercharters.com.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Having a great time. Okay, it's time to find who's winning that killer pair of Costa Shades. Boys, do us the honor. Flip the prize coin. We'll decide whether we have a caller or texter. Chris, give that thing a flip. We'll let her hit the deck. We got a texter today. Congratulations, Jason in San Diego. You've got yourself those brand new Costa Del Mar Pilot House Pro shades. You are going to be so stoked.
Those are so cool. And, of course, you're a Costa Pro, right, Ali?
Love them, man.
Great stuff.
Yep, love them, love them,
Yeah,
love them.
They're really good stuff. Yeah, for sure. Hey, if somebody wants Seakeeper Ride, BD Outdoors, fishdope.com. First of all, Seakeeper Ride. How do we find you, Chris?
Basically, blueseastabilizer.com. We're also
BlueSeaStabilizers.com.
Yeah, singular stabilizer.
Stabilizer.
Yeah,
okay.
or Chris at blueseastabilizer.com. Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah, and then if you want a demo or something like that, just contact you.
Yeah, hit us up. There's actually a form on our website that you can sign up for a demo, and we'll get you out. Like I said, we have boats from here up to Long Beach, and we'll get you out on the water.
And Ali, how do we find you?
Instagram's good, at BDOALI, or email me, Ali at BDOutdoors.com.
All right. Hey, thanks to Jeff and the Fan. Thanks to Adam for all he does on the Let's Talk Hookup. Next Saturday, Valerie Hopebridge from Haida Safaris. Next Sunday, Tristan and Kate from Shimano will be here. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. Right back here on the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook Live, and 97.3 The Fan.
KWFN and KWFN HD1 San Diego.
This is Craig Stammen, manager of the Padres. Stammen strikes out the side 1-2-3. Padres play here on San Diego's #1 sports station.